All right, ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome back to the TSFD podcast, episode 217 with our guest, KPRichards. How you doing?
Good.
That's good.
How are y'all?
Doing well. How you doing, Gavin?
I'm good.
All right, give me like 1 second to just be like, hey, or no, swipe up for the
I don't think I've ever been truthful when someone asks me how I'm doing. I've never said.
Well, because like,
have-
who are you gonna tell? It's like, how you doing? Shitty. You know, it's like you can't just be honest.
And if you do that, you're such a cunt. Like I've had people at like when I worked at Walgreens, they'd be like, or I'd be like, oh, how are you? And they'd be like, honestly, I've seen better days. And they'd start telling me all their problems, and they were just like looking for that excuse to start talking. I'm like, oh fuck me, here's your 50 Longfoot receipt. Just go and go on your way.
Yeah, dude, it's just not even. I've never been honest about it, and I never will be. And I'm one of those people who's like so anti telling other people my problems because I'm so afraid of people thinking that I want attention that I just I could be having the worst day ever, and I'll walk into somewhere straight cheesing just to avoid anybody like asking what's going, dude. You know.
I'm just gonna stop asking people because I don't care. Like,
What do you
if someone
say, though?
asks
Like,
me,
there's two things you say to people when you're starting a conversation with them. It's either like, and you did it earlier with KP, but the two things you always say is like, oh, how you doing? Or, so how long have you been doing blank? That's like the conversation every single time. Like, dude, freaking Tinder conversation. It's like, hey, what's up? Not much. So how long have you been blank? And then just like whatever it is that they have in their bio, like every single time.
Bumble used to have those ones where it could just like you just like tapped on it and it like came up like the thing. But I don't know if they have this anymore. The suggestion things.
Oh, women have it easy. I gotta sit there and like slave over the keyboard to come up with something besides hey. God, do you prefer...
No, you know what? You know what the most you know what the most basic thing is? Is like on Bumble, they have like the questions that you can answer right that like go in your bio because it's too uncreative to think of something to put on your own. And so people always do the same question, and it's nightclub or Netflix. And then the most basic response, why not both, with the little fucking tongue emoji. I'm like, ah. Like, whenever picks one, they're like, both. Or, like, depends on the night. It's like, wow, that tells me so much about you.
Yeah. I started using the one that you told me about, that the chick messaged you. I'll do the what's one song that always gets you on the dance floor. Because women like nothing more than to tell you about their music. Like, it's just, they'll sit there, oh my god, it depends. Because like, if I'm like drinking, I'll fucking do this. But like, if I'm not drinking and I'm just chilling with the bike, then I'll, like, they'll just go on, dude. And there's like four songs, like 90% of the time it's fucking Shawn Mendes.
Yeah. Or Rex Orange County or Brockhampton. Any band where they're like gay, but they don't tell you you're gay, and they sing about women, but really about guys, that's what they're listening to.
Dude, first chick that responds with like a decent artist, I'm getting on a knee. Fucking immediately, dude. It's just like, do you know how many relationships I've been in that have just been on the fritz because like I have such a horrible taste of music. Like, it's just bad.
Dude, it's the most annoying is I listen to a lot of indie, or no, even worse than that is, oh, I really like 80s music. I'm like, out now. Because 80s was objectively the worst era of music. Like, there's nothing I can't stand more than 80s music. And, like, they think they're unique for listening to it. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, they're like, they weren't even alive. Yeah, they weren't even alive in the 80s.
Tell me what that's about.
Yeah, I hate 80s music. Country music is worse. I'd rather listen to the screams of innocent children than country music, dude. I cannot stand it. It's got no rhythm. Like, it's the same.
Well, you do listen to the screams of innocent children when they're running around outside while we're doing the podcast.
That's true. During the podcast, we get to listen to that. It's gonna be.
That's gonna be.
No, dude, it's bad. Like, I don't know. Music is like, I wish everybody just had the same taste, because I genuinely will look at people, like, I'll pull up next to someone at a stoplight and they're jamming out to some shitty, just objectively horrible, and I'm like, dude, I am so glad that I don't have their taste in me. Like, I can't imagine living life and listening to that. Can you imagine, like, getting in the car? It's like, fuck yes, dude. I get to listen to, like, red wine, you know? It's like, cranking it up, you know? Like, fuck that.
Dude, mine's pretty bad, though. Like, if I was someone else, because everyone here, rich white person, right? So I'll be blasting like my degenerate underground rap, like with my windows down because not trying to get pulled over, and they'll pull up, and it's like blasting, and it's like they don't even know what it's saying because they're old and they can't process words quickly. So it's just like they're like that stupid rap music.
Well, and because there's such a gap. Like, I used to think boomers were stupid for not being able to but they're like literally every single day there's some new term that's coming up, and unless you like actively follow culture, you're just not gonna know. Like, who the fuck would ever know if you're like, imagine talking to a boomer and you're talking to them and they're like, oh, see you later, and you're like, yeah, I'm about to yeet out of here. They'd be like,
finna yeet out here,
I'm finna yeet out. Like,
they're putting on their little optics. They're like, what's a young hitter? You know. Forget, and you can't explain it. My mom asks me all the time what like words mean, and I'm just like, I'm not. Like my license plate is G Senpai, and so if I had $1 for every time her and her friends that come over ask me what senpai means, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, it's an inside joke in Japanese animated television that blah blah blah. Go on about it. They're like, I'm just like, oh, it's a Japanese word.
Yeah.
She's like, well, what does it mean? I'm like, I'll tell you later, bye.
Dude, when you were a kid and you'd be like, your parents would get so pissed and they never got more mad than when they'd be talking to you and you'd be like, yeah, okay, bye. Like in the middle, like if they're standing in the room, they're like, what do you mean bye? Like fucking dude, it was like the worst shit. They get so mad, dude. I did that shit all the time and they'd be like, I'm not leaving now. And I'd be like, okay, bye. Like I just over and over again.
Yeah. Do you have a sweater? I'm saying yeah with the door. I'm saying it simultaneously with the door swinging shut. Yeah. And it just cuts me off.
Dude, it's so bad. And then you're a kid, you'd like slam the door and then you hear your fucking dad like coming up the stairs. You're like, shit. Like trying to squeeze out of the fucking ventilation shaft to escape getting yelled at, dude.
Have you ever done something? This is my entire childhood. You've done something bad and you instantly just booked it to your room and hid. I have my own bathroom and it has a lock on the door. So many times I've done something or said something and they've looked at me and started to chase me with like this wooden spoon and I'm up the stairs and I get in my bathroom and lock the door and just push against the door. And they'll wait for an hour for me to come out and I'll be fucking just waiting for them because I know they're waiting there.
Did you ever do the shit where you took it like one extra step and then you're just like, shit, like now I'm definitely losing my Xbox, like there's no way I'm getting that shit back now. Like you'll be like you'll get in trouble and then you'll come out and be like, Mom, can we talk about it? Can I have a bag? No. Okay, fuck you. And then you're like, God damn it.
Yeah, the worst part was locking your door so then they couldn't get to you. I got my locks taken off the door because of that.
Oh, I should have got my door taken off my room.
I don't have a lock on my door or in the bathroom.
In the bathroom?
I don't have a lock on my bedroom door or my bathroom door.
That's too far. Put the bathroom door. Parents gonna come walking in. You have the freaking like, dude. Oh.
No, all you have to do then.
The bathroom. Hold on. No, the fuck you're not.
Yeah, all you have to do then is one time when you get in trouble, just run in the bathroom and start peeing, and then they'll walk on you. And so from then on, they're gonna be like scared.
They'll swing that door wide open mid-pee stream.
And then the tables turn, and you're like,
I'll just start spraying them down if that was the case.
Oh, dude, I'm turning the fuck around. I'm starting like, you asked for it, bitch. Like Jesus.
Yeah, I'm like Coke handles changing the settings to like full blast.
I got it turned on fucking. I got it turned on wide fan. Shit's like.
You know what the most useless, and I'll never understand this, the most useless thing is the setting flood on the hose, right? You know what I'm talking about? It's just, and it's just like dripping, and it's like, okay, what do you use it for? I can't think of a single use. It's literally as if you just broke it up.
That'd be the worst when you'd pick up the hose and try to spray someone as a joke, and then it'd be on flood. So you'd like pick up the hose back, and the shit's like goddamn pre-Viagra boomer, dude. No, but dude, I got my door straight taken off, and so I put a fucking blanket, and they the next morning put a door on because like me playing video games at night. No, dude, they put the door back on immediately because here's at night with the door playing video games. Here's at me at night with the door playing video games. Fuck, dude. Here's no door. fuck! Like, there's no barrier in between me yelling. So they were like, okay, I was like, put that fucking shit back on. Worst punishment is taking the door off, dude. And then fucking dogs every morning. I'll be sleeping in bed and my ass like 10. Fucking Nikos. Like in my fucking room. I'm like, get the fuck. Dude, that was the worst like night of my life.
You should have got instead of a blanket, you should have got those like hippie beads that like make a picture when they're like still, and then you like open them up.
Because you can see through that shit. My biggest anxiety is people looking at me when I'm sleeping. That's it. Can you imagine, dude? That's why I can't sleep. I could never have been in the dorm because people get up. Like I look at people when they're sleeping. If I walk in on someone sleeping, I'll straight look at them for like 10 seconds. Because dude, no one looks cool sleeping. Everyone's like fucking. Like no one fucking looks cool. So there's no.
I used to think I looked really bad sleeping, but then people took pictures of me sleeping. I'm like, all right, like I don't have a phobia of it now. Like I look pretty normal.
When you sleep? How do you sleep?
With my eyes shut.
Well, I know. Like, what's your position?
Hey, you want to know the biggest difference? Here's me, normal, sleeping. Same thing. Eyes
so
shut,
you're not
like
doing any funky like I sprawl out and shit. So it's like I'm sure I'm laying there doing the fucking ballerina shit, and like I just don't even.
I used to do that, but now I sleep with like I put my AC on like it's goddamn Antarctica in here, and so like I'll always just end up on my side like with a blanket like this.
If your head goes in the pillows, nobody sees your face.
Wait, what?
Is if you're lucky enough, like your head will just go like into the pillow, and then like you don't see your face.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I do bury. Like I start off like buried. Like I'll roll over onto my stomach, and then I like put pillows over my head.
See, I
some
like
fucking PTSD veteran.
4 regular pillows, and then like a long body pillow, and you put that up against the wall, and then you just like.
I've started needing a body pillow. You use a body pillow once. You never going back, dude. I literally can't sleep without it. Like, I'll be starting to fall asleep. I'm like grabbing for it. And I'm like, shit. I gotta just grab anything.
And it's so soft.
You have a what?
UGG, like the brand UGG that makes those like shoes.
Could you be more first world? God, that's like the most first world fucking thing. If anybody has anything,
could you imagine? Where's my UGG body pillow? I can't sleep without it. There's like.
Can you imagine like actually having a fucking grievance? Like, where the hell what happened to my UGG blanket? And like trying to demonstrate, be like, you can't. If you say UGG and then follow it with anything besides boot. Like, it's just. Can you imagine being like, God damn it? It's like what? Fuck. What? I swear to God, I took my UGG shirt out of the washing machine. Where'd it go, dude? It's just. I do it. I'll say brands.
My bearskin rug. People that have rugs of animals, that's so cunt.
Oh, they're just like so insecure, dude. That's like the sign of insecurity. Like pull up, you walk in, there's like a bear face. You fucking didn't even like. Who does that? What's even comfortable? A bear felt. I can think of 7 things off the top of my head more comfortable than bear skin.
Yeah, and if you're not stepping on it, it's like, where are you laying on the ground on top of the bear? Like, that's so strange. If you're not having sex and you're laying down on a bear rug, then you're doing something.
That's the only acceptable, and not even a bear. It's got to be like a a fucking like white tiger.
Yeah, and if it's not next to a fireplace and being filmed,
face on them.
If they don't have a face on them, that's fine. But if you're walking in and like I walk in your house and I see this, just sitting on the ground, fucking.
It's all flat, and then there's the. At the end of it, it's
bear.
Like,
what is that supposed to be intimidating? Like, am I supposed to walk? Oh, don't want to fuck with this guy. Make sure I recruit this guy for the boogaloo. He's got a fucking.
Yeah.
Bear
The
face.
moment I'm killing my child is when they go, Dad, I kind of want to start doing taxidermy. Psychopath. Like, I'm not letting a future serial killer.
I'm walking him into Planned Parenthood. How late can we do this thing? Like, is it?
Is it too late to make profit?
Yeah, they're like fucking bigger limbs, the better.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
Dog. So fucking. Should we talk about the influencers meetup? I don't even know if we want to do that one anymore because we've kind of done like a 360 on that, or 180.
What was that? Was that where I was shooting guns?
No, there was that meetup that happened, the demand free speech rally. And
that
Gavin and I were originally like pissed off about it because we were seeing all these people who were like supposed to be radical whatever like right wingers hanging out with all the cucks, and so we're like fucking they stand for nothing or whatever, and then now it's like kind of reversed. So I don't even know.
Nick Fuentes did that like on purpose to do that picture with Ashley.
Did he really? Dude, imagine if he legitimately took a picture with Ashley St. Clair knowing she'd get kicked out of Turning Point as a fucking ploy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, do you think he did it?
No.
I don't think people are that, like, 4D about it. No. I think it's just, like, they were having a good time, took a picture.
Didn't he make a video about her a few months ago, like, back in July, after she made those comments, and then...
Yeah.
I didn't expose her, so it's like, why are you hanging out with her?
That's what I was saying. I was like, why? Because there were other people, like,
nice and cordial to somebody, but, like, you don't... doesn't mean you have to, like... be in the same
party.
Yeah, that's what was cringe. It's like, how do you go online like fuck this person, and then you're like throwing back claws with them. I'm like, dude, and then like the Bernadine, they were like, well, it's part of the event, you have to be there with them. What, the Bernadine chick who dated Kathy Zhu or debated Kathy Zhu, debated Kathy
Wish
Zhu.
Is bisexual head ass.
Yeah, Kathy's like, fuck yeah, dude.
Open for anything.
She was off she was like chilling by herself. If I had gone, I would have been in my hotel, or it's Miami. I'll just go out and party somewhere. Like, I don't need to party with, can you imagine partying with Kathy Zhu?
Like every corner.
Huh?
Yeah.
No, I just said there's like a club on every corner of Miami. Like, there's no reason to stay.
I've never been to Miami. I want to go to Miami so badly.
I'd probably go post up in like a hammock on the beach and watch the moon or something.
No, I wouldn't do that, but I'd
go alligator.
Go what?
Gator hunting, dude.
I've never. Totally.
You have to go like down in the Everglades. Yeah, you can do like airboat tours.
Yeah, get eaten by a fucking alligator.
It won't come up to you because of the vibrations in the water, so you're fine.
I'm not even playing with that, dude. I'm not gonna step out of the boat.
They're not gonna
like if my leg gets cut off, dude.
You know what? That's like every time I see a show or a movie or anything about those stupid airboat things, they go so balls deep into like the mush, and all they have to rely on is a fan on the back of the boat. It's like, what happens if that goes out? Because it's nothing but flooded water filled with gators and insects and diseases. It's like there's no.
Name one movie where they use one of those fucking airboats and they don't end up getting eaten, or at least one of the members of the boat. Then I'll get on an airboat. But every single movie, they get fucking airboat. That's like the scene right before they die. Get on, we'll go over here. Like, dude, every single time.
The only way I'm getting on one of those airboats in the Everglades is if we're towing another airboat to get the fuck back in case that one breaks. Like, there better be a train of airboats just as back.
Dude, I remember that happened. So I was at the lake, sidetrack, and like, dude, so embarrassing. We fucking our boat broke down, like pulling into like this fucking restaurant place. And like, we couldn't for the like all of the men in our family, because faggots couldn't like move the shit. So we had to call over these like actual men and like fucking move the shit for us. The most I was like 16, so it's like whatever. But like everybody, there were like 14 other uncles, and none of them could move the boat. We had to call over like these guys who just like got out of the gym. It's like their one opportunity. Like, fuck yeah, like walking over, dude. It was the most embarrassing. But Maxwell, thanks for the donation, bro. You're a goat. $10 thick donation, bro. Appreciate it, dude. Yeah, I'll give you a round of applause for the donation. You can fucking donate to get Gavin a mic. But anyway, but dude, so then they kicked Ashley out of Turning Point because of. I think it's real.
What proof of that is there though? Like I'm not disbelieving it. It's just like
she got kicked out and then ended up in the hospital.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's news articles talking about it, and like I talked to someone
is it from like thepolitogram.com or
no,
like.
I talked to somebody in Turning Point and they confirmed it. Like she's kicked, she's done. Because she took a picture with White, which is like, and the thing is, the reason I defended her was because it's like, you're not going to kick her out for sex laptop. You're not going to kick her out for bashing everybody in the organization. You're not going to kick her out for bashing Trump, Blormph. You're not going to kick, but with Nick Fuentes and you're out of the organization, like what the fuck? Dude, imagine getting kicked out of an organization because this. Like, dude, so dumb, 2019, dude. Fuck. But I was like, what the fuck? He doesn't even make her a white nationalist. He's not a white nationalist. And it just shows how bussy Turning Point USA is because they're scared of getting labeled as white nationalists. Like, the left's tactics of labeling you destroys right-wingers. Like, they're so afraid. Like, if somebody calls me a racist, I'm like, okay. If somebody calls me an anti-Semite, I'm like, all right. No, NBC News called me one. I was like, okay, I have to make a video. But if, like, some normal person comments on my post and goes, racist, bigot, I'm not going to fucking have an anxiety attack in the hospital. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, it doesn't matter to me, dude.
Yeah. Is that what who goes to the hospital because they're scared? You know, if you're in the hospital because
you can tell Gavin doesn't have anxiety. He's like, oh, scared? Are you serious? Like,
I've had panic attacks where I'm like shaking and I'm like, it's hard to breathe, but I'm not going to be like, you know what I'm going to do right now? Just scare myself into thinking that it's so serious I need to go to the hospital. Like, it's just.
Well, and it might not have been. I'm not like. I don't know for sure if it was that. Like, it could have been something else. I'm assuming it was an anxiety attack based on like her reaction.
2 months ago for heat stroke. Like, bitch, you live in Florida. You better fucking get used to that shit.
Oh,
like,
I get heat stroke. I don't even go outside. I go outside. I'm like fucking woo, and walk back in, dude. It's so bad. I don't do shit. Like, it's and the worst part about it, the only clothes that I like are hot ass clothes. So it's like I literally I love summer because it's like nice and it's bright out, but fucking.
Why don't you get like fishing shirts because those are breathable?
Like what though? Like what's
a fishing shirt?
I wear dad shirts.
Oh, I know like a company that is at like at my hometown. I think it's Saltwater Syndicate. They're pretty good.
But see, the problem is you wear one of those, especially in Kansas, and you walk down the street and everyone's like, "Where are you fish at?" And then I got to turn around. I don't. I just like the shirt. Like, when I wear this hat, people are like, hey, what you catch? I'm like, fucking not this conversation. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, I'm fucking... Like, I just liked the hat, so I bought it. I've fished, like, 4 times, and I've never hunted. So it's like, you know, but I still like the hooked and tagged shirt. So it's, or the hat. But I do, like, I'll wear... But I just like these, like, button-up shirts. Like, these are super...
They have button-up, like, breathable shirts, though.
Yeah, but they're...
But how meme is that? It's like either wear something breathable or wear something nice. Like, when you try to combine shit,
no,
that's like wearing
my dad will wear to work. They're like the like button downs, and they're nice, and they like wears them with khakis.
What does he do?
He owns his own like body shop and shit.
Okay, if you own your own thing, what are you dressing up for? You know. Like, I'm rolling in my underwear. Like,
oh, dude, I'm pulling up to work in fucking, straight tighty whities. I'm walking to the building. People are going to be like, put a clothes on. Who's going to make me? Anybody who tells me to put clothes on, you're fired. I'm pulling fucking Trump, dude. I swear, dude.
You're fired.
How about people who fucking say naked instead of naked? You know? It's like...
naked and afraid.
They're like,
cringe. It's so weird.
Naked.
Yeah,
it's like here's the 2 groups of people who say it: ghetto black people and the most Confederate white hicks. Those are the only 2 groups of people who say naked. Like, if we can unite the country, if we can unite those 2 sides under one thing, it's the word naked. There's nothing else that's going to unite those 2 sides.
You know where those 2 sides both live? Georgia.
Why is that true, dude? How is Georgia the most diverse state? Like, you've got like everything from like hicks to like ghetto black people.
Yeah.
You've got like Grant and then you've got 21 Savage in the same state. Like, how is that even possible, dude? Like, you live where I live, it's like fucking 98% white. Like, the worst, like, not even worst, but the horrible way to say it. But the only like minority you see is like Indians. Like, I don't remember the last time I genuinely, at least in this area, saw like a ghetto black person or a white trash white person. You just don't see it.
I'm surprised when I see white people around me now. I'm like, oh shit, there's another one.
Hey, what's up, dude? Yeah, but you kind of get it though, don't you? Like black people are always like, hey, what's up, dude? But when they see another black person, and then when you go to somewhere like super diverse, and then you see another white person, you're like, dog, what's up, dude? You want to like speak? Oh no, I was gonna say something horrible. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, that was me in my debate class. Like, my teacher was like, "Oh, we're gonna be partnering up for our debates," and everyone started looking around, and instantly, the only other white guy in that class, me and him made eye contact, and we're like, we just like nodded at each other, and then looked back at our desk.
Dude, that's the most cringe shit. You like see someone you don't know, and you're like, and then you walk over to them, you gotta sit down and be like, "Sup, dude?" So, all right.
So yeah, so I was thinking we just go over this, and I can't stand working with people. Like, it's just so awful.
I can't.
My debate partner on or yesterday, I guess, Jesus Christ, literally thought the debate was on Wednesday. So I'm like, yes, dude, yes, group projects. But my teacher was like, I'm just gonna grade you on your part. If I got graded for the other person's part, because barely could speak English somehow, even though it's 2019, like, would have failed.
Oh, dude, I was the biggest moocher in class projects through high school. Like, it wasn't even my friend and I. So it was 2012, like prime fucking Romney Obama election. And we're supposed to do this project where we're stacking balloons, and we have to get them as close as possible to the ceiling without actually reaching the ceiling. And the teacher's walking around the room, and the chick in our group is like working her ass off. And then she comes over it's Luke. She comes over to Luke and I, and we're sitting at the computer like, hey, so if Romney wins Michigan, that would give him this many electoral college. Well, no, give him Pennsylvania, take Michigan. And we're fucking sitting there, and she got so fucking mad, dude. And she was like, you guys need to start working. We're like, fine. We'd close it, and then we'd be like, all right, give him Ohio, and then take Florida, give him Ohio. Like, just every time, dude. That was, like, the most fun shit.
I love the electoral maps in 2016.
And then partner with them.
Wait, what'd you say?
You always have to, like, find the most smart person in your class, and then, like, partner with them.
Oh, if it's math...
You know why that's a problem, though? Because guess who the smartest person is?
Like, they're your partner.
Yeah, guess who the smartest person in the room is? This guy. It's
yeah,
like fucking...
it's the smartest person in any class I've ever been in. This guy. Like,
it goes.
So look at the shirt that says "I'm with Smart," and everyone in the class is wearing it. It's just an arrow 3D at me.
Like, yeah, dude. It's like, it goes like me, teacher, and then everybody else. Dude, have you ever met somebody who genuinely will openly tell you they're the smartest person in the room and like not be kidding?
Have you ever had those people that will correct a teacher during, like, them giving a lecture? That just happened last week. The guy was like, this kid in my class, he was like, my professor was saying how it was at minute, blah, 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 and the kid was like, actually, it was at minute, and it was like 4 seconds earlier. Like, who gives a shit? he like had to point it out, and my professor's like, okay, is it? He was like, yeah, it is. I just watched the movie last night. Your seconds are off.
I would have been like this. Yes, security. We have a faggot. Can you come get him out of the room? Dude, I would have been so fast, bro. Dude, no, but I'll correct my teacher on, like, stupid shit. Like, if they say something so, like, just annoying, I'll be like, but I correct them with questions. Like, that's the best thing.
Yeah.
Because then they gotta, like, because then you look stupid. So they'll be like, well, gun deaths are at an all-time high, so we should ban AR-15s or whatever. And then I'll, like, raise my hand and be like, yeah, I'm not sure, but isn't it that it's like handguns that kill more people than AR-15s? Like, shouldn't we be looking at that? And they'll be like, oh, well, I mean, you know, just whatever, just prime example, like fucking off the top of my head. But they'll be saying, I can't remember. I got a huge argument with my fucking psych professor, like freshman year of college. Oh, dude, he was like, he was like sitting there and he was like, well, you know, the entire population of Iraq was against us invading. If you look at the pictures, there was the propaganda. There was nobody cheering when we took down the picture or the statue of Saddam Hussein. And I was like, don't you think that they like wouldn't, the like country of Iraq who recorded the video wouldn't show the fucking crowds of people? Like, don't you think I squared it off so that nobody was like standing right there if the fucking thing fell? And he was like, I mean, I think they panned the camera around. I was like, hey, fucking idiot. Like, so annoying.
Yeah.
It's just so dumb, dude. But I will debate my teachers. Okay, fucking dogs, dude.
I try to bite my tongue so hard at my school because it's just like I'm not going to get anywhere. Like, people are just so far gone here. But it's like, so difficult.
Dude, so fucking... So you guys, have you ever taken a flight? I had this in the topics. I just want to vent about this shit for a second. So I was like watching this podcast the other day. This guy named Chris D'Elia. I don't know if anybody watches him, but he was fucking talking about how you get on a flight, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I was on a flight, and they were offering $800 to change seats." Every single fucking flight that I've been on, they offer you flight credits instead of money, which flight credits is the most useless bullshit form of currency because 90% of people are traveling like once their life. So it's like, what am I going to do with the extra flight credits? Like, it's so dumb. Have you ever gotten like actual money from change? And if you were, how much money would you have to be offered to like get up from your seat and take the next flight?
Allegiant doesn't offer that.
Legion?
You got one way in, one way out. If you miss your
Who
flight.
flies Norwegian?
Norwegian?
Are you going to Norway?
Allegiant.
Who?
What?
Allegiant.
I've never heard of it.
Allegiant? Really?
More like illegitimate. Fucking never heard of it.
Allegiant is like
Private.
I got my flight home for like $70 one way. Like they're the kind of airline that's gonna be like, all right, folks, we're flying with one engine today, but we're gonna try and touch down.
So they're like fucking. They're like, oh, so
man, as close to the ground as we can get y'all and jumping off.
yeah, you guys are parachuting out the back, fucking pulling out the fucking pulling chute, fucking. No, dude, they're like, they look at Spirit Airlines, are like, all right, they are ratchet. Let's see how much worse we can do. No, but I don't know. I only fly Southwest, and they only offer
Southwest. They made me. I didn't know. Okay, the last time I flew them, I was coming back from a wedding, and I walked. I always get on the plane last. Well, I had a last boarding like zone or whatever, so I get on, and I'm like going down. And like there's no seat, so like I'm like, okay, I'll go right back up, and I spot like a middle seat, the very first one. So it's like there's so much leg room, I can get off as soon as the plane lands. Like I had my eye on this seat, I was going for it, and the flight attendant stops me and she's like, okay ma'am, we're gonna seat you here, like between two fat lesbians. And I was like, no, I'm gonna go sit up there. And she's like, no, actually, we're gonna let you sit there, and we're gonna keep this seat open in case somebody else comes on the plane. And I was like, are you serious? You have to sit down because people are coming on now. And I was like, I would have been like, they made me sit in the middle of these two fat asses.
I would have had one word, and it would have been no. I
would have been like this. I would have gone like this.
Yeah, I would have sat down and been like, move me if you can.
I wouldn't have even sat down. I would have fucking
myself like a toddler.
Dude, I would have walked to the back. I would have gone like this. I would have walked to the back, grabbed a fucking bag of peanuts, walked back, stood in the fucking aisle in front of where I want to sit and go like this. I'm not moving. And if you try to move me off that, I'm gonna make. You remember that Asian dude that was like, "Oh, thank you." Like, that would be me times 6,000 if you pull me off that fucking flight. I'm gonna be kicking, fucking, like as loud as possible. Like it's not even. I'm gonna be making the biggest scene, and I'm gonna end up on YouTube, and they're like, Instagram influencer, 2 savage for Democrats. I'll be like swinging punches and shit, like knocking out stewardesses. Shit, I'm not sitting next to fat fucks. There's no worse thing.
That happened on my flight down. These two losers came in at the very last, like we could have already taken off without them and like got an extra 5 minutes without their fat butts because of like weight distribution and whatever, like physics or some shit. I don't know. And they came on. I was like, oh my god, yeah, like I have a whole row to myself. And then they come on, and I was like, they better not be walking this far. Pop yourself right next to me, and they, oh my god, it was terrible.
They're fat people. First of all, smell. Nobody smells good in an airport, and fat people already smell horrible. So fat person say, like, I remember I was flying to LA once, and I'm flying again. I swear to God, dude, I'm getting off that flight if fat people get on. But I was I'm like sitting on the flight, and they're like, sorry, we have one passenger that's late to the flight, so we're gonna have to wait a minute. And so I'm like, god damn it. So we're sitting there waiting, and it's already like a 4-hour flight to LA, so I just want to already like fucking bang. And then the person comes, because there's nothing you can do for us, right? So then the person comes in, they're like, they finally arrived. Fattest dude I've ever seen in my life. He comes walking in. like just on the flight, and I'm like, oh god. He's walking close. He didn't sit next to me, thank God, but he's like walking closer, and he was like 2 lanes back. I could hear that motherfucker breathing. Like he was sitting there, he's like
if you have to walk down the aisle of the plane sideways, get off. If you have to turn yourself sideways, you're so fat that you can't like squeeze through going like this.
You know what?
There should be special.
In America, they should make a certain airline specifically for fat people.
Exactly. And I don't even care if you have to wait longer to fly. There should be certain things that fat people, like here's one. If fat people get on an escalator and you're over a certain weight, escalator shuts off. Everybody on the escalator has to walk. So then everybody turns around and goes, fat fuck. And then turns around and walks, and they're just all pissed. We need to body. There should be. No, I'm saying that's what needs to happen. We need to implement that.
We should have government enforced fat shaming. Like if as soon as you see a fat, like everyone
dude, I'm no longer going to be a beta. Motivation. I'm not being a beta on like usually if I'm on a flight like I'll be sitting like this, and then I'll put my arm on the handrest, and then somebody else will put it on and like bump elbows, and then I'll go like this to like avoid confront. I'm gonna go like this. Like off their shit. I'm not.
Won't even feel it though.
I'm gonna be the most fucking alpha. Like, yeah, dude. I don't even. I'm being the most fucking alpha mother. I'm pushing their shit off, dude. Like, if a fat person sits next to me, I'm going like this. Stop. I won't do it, but I'm gonna like. I don't even care, dude. Like, it's insane. Like, I'm just sick of being everybody's bitch on a flight. That's because you're the bitch to the most inconvenienced person. Like, whoever's the fattest or ugliest or just smelliest, like, everybody on the flight has to deal with them. No, they're dealing with me from now on. I'm going to be worse than them. And everybody else in the flight, I'm going to get off and everyone's going to give me a standing ovation. And then because I just took down the fat butter golem on our flight, dude. And everyone's going to be so happy about it.
Yeah, that's what's funny is, like, fucking fat people, like, oh, I just lost my thought. It's so horrible. I have Alzheimer's, dude. I have the worst early onset Alzheimer's of all time.
Oh, no. Me worse, dog.
I know. Oh, there's no successful fat people. I've never met a successful fat person. Because if they are successful, they don't have time to be fat. Like, it takes devotion to be fat.
Oh,
you know?
Dude, you got to sit there and eat for multiple hours a day. Like, you need to spend a significant amount of your time eating. Like, you can't...
Think about planning a meal, too. I'm not obese for the simple reason that it takes me, like, 4 hours just to pick what I want to eat. But, like, fat people will be like, oh, food? I'll take it. Like, it doesn't matter. They have no process of, like, deciding.
You know what's the worst? Is when you go in, like, the grocery... And you know damn well there's nothing wrong with their legs. They just can't walk because they're fat and they're using the scooters.
Oh, I want to go like I want to take it and flip it. I want them to go rolling like a bowling ball down the thing every single time I see that. Can you imagine being with them? Like there'll be a husband who's like fit and in shape, and then his wife is like.
He's getting it somewhere else, you know.
Oh, like, dude, he's cheating on her. He's like counting down the minutes. Until he picks her up off her stroller and puts her in bed so he can go fuck his goddamn mistress.
Yeah, until he's using the forklift to put her in her fucking grave.
Yeah, he's like going into the room. She's like, I want to go to bed. He's like, God damn it. Like coming in with the forklift, dude. I'm telling you though, dude, we should genuinely dude, they had to make at my Walmart the seats on those ride-around thing wider for fat people. Because fat people were complaining because they couldn't fit. And I'd make them smaller.
Feel bad for them? Like, no, that's not my fault. I hate that, one of my professors kept trying to blame advertising and, the food companies. And it's like, yeah, they play a big part. But, at the end of the day, it's your hand that's, feeding yourself. It's nobody else's fault. Okay, yeah, obesity runs in the family. But, that doesn't mean that you don't have to get up and go run and,
yeah, exactly.
Something about it. You can change how your body looks.
I mean, now I will say, huh?
It's natural selection. Insurance companies shouldn't insure fat people because the leading causes of death and expenses are heart disease, cholesterol, blood pressure, strokes, all these things related to a bad diet. If you are fat, shouldn't be insured. It should be illegal to be insured if you're over a certain weight.
Yeah. Now I will say, if I didn't have the world's fastest metabolism, I would be the fattest person on earth. Like, I eat like shit. I don't exercise. Like, I'm just, and so if I didn't have but I do have the fast metabolism, so I can still bitch up fat people. But yeah, no, it's horrible, dude. I can't. What did you say, Cape? You said something, and it like got me thinking I was gonna say something, and I totally forgot what it was. What were you talking about, like right before? Oh, advertising. I've never seen a successful person start a sentence with, and if they hadn't done this, I would have done that. Like, every single successful person goes, man, I should have. They blame themselves for situations that gone wrong in their life. They don't blame other people.
Exactly, and I went against my, I don't know what class. I think it was like it was sociology, and I like went up against her. I was like, you're wrong. And she, during the lecture, she was eating Cheetos.
All women know is hot.
Told me that like that's your fault. Like,
yeah.
You have like
sociology.
Fat. Excuse me.
Dude, the marketing is convincing though. Like, I'll see a commercial for like McDonald's, and
then it goes back to like, sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Oh, I guess it just goes back to like common sense.
Yeah.
Like, no one has common sense to think like, oh, eating out of a box is bad. You know, like some people don't have the because then they're like, oh well, I can't afford a gym membership, and it's like you can't do crunches on your floor.
You said that with such sass. Like, I don't think I've ever seen anybody like, you can't do crunches on your floor. Like,
what's up?
Dude, if you the ultimate test is like, if your food takes so little time to make that you know they didn't make it. Like, I go to Taco Bell, you can go to Taco Bell, order 17 things, and it's ready in 15 seconds. And it's like, there's
not an issue with that.
Yeah, like, that's nice, but it's like, clearly there's something going on. Like, if your food's already made, don't get it. Like, don't eat it.
Oh, dude, well, that's like Applebee's and all those places. Goddamn fly. That's like Applebee's, too. Like, they literally, in the back, they're like, oh, he wants a burger? Beep. Like, just microwave, dude. You think you're getting, like, a fresh-ass steak? No. Dude, they're pulling that out of the damn freezer, and they're like, getting the fucking, like, ice off it before they pop it in the goddamn boiling water so they can boil it. Like, it's disgusting, but I'll eat there anyway. I don't know, because here's the thing. I think... Have you really gotten
got by an ad? I've never been on Instagram, an ad for Coke, and gone... going to the grocery store to get a Coke. Like, what? Dude, I'll be like, oh, that looks...
Fucking X, dog. You know how many times we've been following the Canes on fucking Instagram, and I'll send it to you?
Oh, well, that's different, though, dude. That's an exception to the rule. Like, don't.
Dude, I see Cane's Chicken post. They'll be like, it's spooky season. All I have to do is, they could just post a picture of the sauce. Dude, they post a picture of just the sauce, and I'm like this.
I can see the dog.
Like, out of my control. I'm like... The fucking Canes.
Dude, it's because we have an emotional connection to Canes at this point. Like, it's just so... It induces so much dopamine. Oh, it's just ridiculous.
There's no more... You could be like, Fresh Pud or Cane's Chicken, and I'm going... Like, with
Chick-fil-A.
Oh my god. It's like on another level. If you'd use the sauce, and then they give you this Texas toast... And then you could dip the Texas toast in the sauce. And it's so fucking good. Like, Gavin and I, whenever we hang out, first thing we do from the airport, Cane's. Like, we get it. We take it to somewhere to eat it because you don't wait. You have to go through the drive-thru because fast. And then we literally just go eat an entire thing of Cane's. And then the rest of the night is ruined because we're so fucking full and nauseous from the entire Cane's meal that it's just like you can't do anything else. But it's so... Do you have Cane's in Kentucky?
Yeah, but I can't eat it.
Have you been there?
No, I can't eat. Like, I can't eat fast food. I can't have gluten, so... I can eat Chick-fil-A because I can have their fries. That's about it.
Oh, you can...
You have a gluten allergy?
Yeah, well, I have celiac disease.
What's that? I don't even know.
Like,
worst.
Like, small intestine can't have gluten or else it'll, like, deteriorate.
Shit.
They make, like... anyone that's watching this, go buy these cookies right now. These are the toffee ones. But these cookies The Pepperidge Farm Thin and Crispy, and I think they have a gluten-free one. If not, then there's like a different company that makes them that's like off-brand. So fucking good. I've been addicted to these things. I eat like an entire pack a night. Like I don't eat dinner just so I can have calories to eat these things. They're so fucking addicting. Like it's 90% butter in these cookies.
Oh,
sure.
dude, butter.
So good.
Can you imagine this? Life without butter. Dude,
take
imagine
a piece of broccoli and then take a piece of broccoli with butter.
You know what's the best is like if you go to Cracker Barrel, I can just eat the little things of butter just right at the table.
That.
Oh, when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I'd get the little, like, the squares, the wrapped ones, and whenever I went to Mexican restaurants, I'd put 3 things of butter in a tortilla, wrap it, and eat it like a burrito.
Dude.
The worst thing ever,
when
but
I get
so
mashed
good.
potatoes, I straight up get a whole ass stick out of the fucking... I will not eat my mashed potatoes unless it looks like my dog came over and fucking drained the main vein on that shit, dude. If there's no way, dude. I'm eating... I want them so fucking... I want them so yellow that like I could go like this with them and it'd be like fountain mode on the fucking hose, dude, with butter coming out of it.
I'm using a stick of butter as like a fork with mashed potatoes. It's like here and here's my butter stick, and I'm going,
dude.
Like there's nothing better than mashed potatoes with.
Oh, mashed potatoes without butter. Mashed potatoes with butter, fucking. Maybe the only thing I'll have it for a snack. Like, I'll literally go... Like, I did it the other night. I went downstairs. There's, like, mashed potatoes, chicken and shit in the fridge, like, a whole-ass meal. I took the mashed potatoes out, put it all in a bowl, and ate that. Like, whoever the fuck is having... Whoever was going to warm up the meal doesn't get mashed potatoes. Like, they literally probably came down the next day. Yes! Fucking empty-ass plate with crusty mashed potatoes on it from the night before because my ass.
Yeah, Thanksgiving, I'll have, like, a bite of turkey.
Yeah, I'll have like one turkey. What's your go-to snack then? Like, what are your go-tos if you like have the gluten allergy?
Like food-wise or like what? Like any
What
meal?
else you can have?
Yeah, what's that was go-to snack when I was eating wood? What's your go-to snack? Oh, food-wise, or what do you mean?
I like metal.
I was thinking more like
different from like an actual meal.
Both. Like, what's your go-to meal? Like, okay, so I stress out when I'm super hungry and I have to get food because it's like there's no healthy food option, so I have to go get fast food. So like, what's your go-to fast food or just food in general if you're starving? And then
fast food. The only place I can eat it is Chick-fil-A, so I get their fries.
Like, and that's all you get are the fries.
Yeah.
And then so okay, but like, what's your go-to?
Chicken I can have, but I don't like it.
You don't like chicken?
No, I don't like Chick-fil-A's grilled chicken.
Oh, I love Chick-fil-A's grilled chicken.
I just got like a whole if you go to Costco, they've got like the thing that's like the chicken, and it's like this long, and then it wraps over, and there's more chicken on the bottom. It's like a
yeah, I know what yeah, dude. My grandma used to get that shit when I was a kid. We'd have like chicken for months. So what's your go-to snack though? Like, what do you do for a snack? Like, when you're like, if it's like 3 a.m. and you can't sleep and you're starving, like, what do you come down and get?
I am at the top floor of my house, so it's like I'm not gonna walk all the way downstairs.
There's nothing stopping me. I'll fucking.
No, you know what?
If I went we have a gluten-free bakery here, so if I went there, like, I'll get their cookies or something. I mean, they don't make them as good as, like, I make them homemade, but sometimes we'll go there. Pasta, they have really good gluten-free pasta.
Mm-hmm. Gluten-free pasta.
I solved the problem of not wanting to go downstairs by literally making a kitchen in my room. I have a mini fridge, a microwave, a toaster, and like a pantry essentially in that corner right there. You can't see it, but it's like 7 feet away.
Waters. And then I wanted to put like a coffee bar and make like my own little cute little coffee thing, and then get like
espresso machines next.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but,
I don't know what I do because middle of the night snack, I'm eating a whole bag of tortilla chips. I've started getting broccoli. I started buying broccoli and...
Stay up. Like, I don't stay up late anymore. I finally got a good sleep schedule. I fell asleep last night like 11:30, and then Sunday night I fell asleep at 10.
Jeez. I don't even remember.
I went to bed
when's the last time
like I used to.
When's the last time besides you, KP, we know. But like, when's the last time you actually fell asleep before midnight? I can't think of it, dude. It's been probably since middle school.
Yeah, I was about to say, when I had to work early, but I remember I went to bed at 2:30, woke up at like 6:30, and I wanted to kill myself.
Oh,
I got,
dude,
like, 4
and
hours.
even if I go to bed early, like, so I sleep horribly. So even when I go to bed early, I will wake up at 3 a.m, which is usually when I fall asleep. So even if I fall asleep at 3, I'll wake up at like 5, and I could eat a fucking lion. Like, I'm so hungry, and I'm like looking around my room for anything. Like, I have to have granola bars by my bed, and I'm just like, and then I fucking go back to bed. Like, it's bad, dude. I don't understand what it is. Because I'm not hungry before bed, because I'll eat my ass off. Huh?
That's like a thing. Like, it's like an actual, I think it's like an actual disorder.
I have it, whatever it is. I don't even need to go to the doctor. I have it. I'm getting up in the middle of the night, fiending like it's nobody. I feel like I haven't had meth, and I'm addicted to meth. Huh?
Have you ever taken melatonin?
Yeah, I took it every night. I started taking it every night because it was like, I took it the first night and I was like, holy shit, like normal sleep. And then it like stopped working and I would wake up in the middle of the night. And then I went to my doctor and I was like, yo, like, and he was like, oh, you do not take that every night. I was like, why? He's like flooding your system. And I was like, oh, second thing I flood it with, because dopamine number 1. I was like, fucking, he was like, goddamn, he was like, you need to stop taking that right now. So then I had to cut off cold turkey, which was like the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
Yeah, I used to take the melatonin. I've told Dylan this many times. I used to take the melatonin, and I wouldn't take it with water. I would wash it down with like NyQuil. Like, melatonin, NyQuil. Like, it would at the same time, and I would 20 minutes later, I'm fucking lights out. It was so nice, and just stopped working because I did so much of it.
Yeah,
it's
dude,
just so bad.
It was bad.
And it would be like, take 1 tablet, and I'd go 4 tablets of melatonin, NyQuil.
Oh, dude, I didn't even start off. Like, I went to the store. Wait, what? Sorry, I didn't.
They have like CBD melatonin gummies, and those will put you out.
Yeah, I mean, melatonin definitely. I remember, oh my God, one time, and you're going to laugh your ass off when you figure out who this is. I had to get up at like 4:30 in the morning for something. I don't even remember what it was. I finally fall asleep. Guess who calls me and wakes me up? I'll give you guys, it's another yeah, Joel fucking Patrick calls me at 1:30 in the morning. I was like, fucking, I was like, this better be, I'm like dreaming about it. I was like, this better be the most important fucking shit. I wake up, Joel Patrick.
He's always woken me up in the morning.
He calls you and wakes you up?
Yeah, well, he used to, and I always
what's he trying to do? God.
He's got morning wood.
He wakes up in the morning fucking raging morning. He's like, oh, KP, dude. God damn.
She's not answering. Dylan.
Oh my God, no. I'm like, don't. I was like, fuck. Dude, if you call me in the middle of the night, expect to get reamed. Like, I'm letting it go to the last ring, and then I'm answering. It's going to be quiet. I'm going to go, like, as loud as I can into the phone, and then hang it up like 14 times, dude. Like, dude.
See, that's me. That's me, but the middle of the night for me is 7 a.m. So my mom will, like, say something or knock on my door at 7 a.m., and I'm like, like, I'll hum, like, for, like, the first 4 answers, and she'll keep doing it, and I'll just go, what? Like, a fucking inhale and exhale, and then just the loudest thing you've ever heard. Monster free. Dylan knows, too. It's so bad. It pisses me off so much. Sleep is the most important thing in my life. If I don't get good sleep, like, it's just the rest of my week. Like, it could be, I could get good sleep the next 6 days, and the rest of my week will still be ruined from the one night that I didn't get good sleep. So, and good sleep to me, 10 hours. Like, no 8-hour bullshit. Like,
dude, it's so funny.
Like, and it's not even,
you're like, fucking, dude, it's so tight. Every single person, my eyes are swollen. Every single person, I look like fucking George Soros. Every single person in the history of the planet, dude. Every single person in the history of the planet, dude. When somebody wakes up in the morning, it's like, they're like, Dylan. I'm like, you go, you go fucking, like, just sign it, like, and it doesn't come out. It doesn't come out.
She won't hear me, so I go from 2 to 10. I'll be like, what? You're like, Gavin? I'll be like, what?
She'll be like, Gavin? I'll be like, whoa! Like, as loud as I possibly.
Dude,
like,
it doesn't even come out as one sound. It's like the most like voice crack because your voice isn't working yet. So someone will be like, I can't laugh when I do this, else I'll fuck it up. Someone will be like, Dylan, and you'll be like, like trying to fucking say shit because you haven't used your voice.
Mad. Look who's calling because I just yelled. Says mother.
Dude, I have fucking this is the hardest I've laughed in like 10 years. Oh my god, dude. I'm literally crying, bro. It's, oh my god. My face is wet. Like, my face is fucking wet, dude.
The only time I yell louder besides video games is 7 a.m. being woken up mid-sleep.
Oh my god. I am fucking, that, dude, the fucking is so relatable.
Look, listen. Yeah? Yeah. Sorry.
Dude. Oh my god. Dude, because everybody. Yeah. Yeah. Are you getting up? Like, you're just so tired. And then they'll be like, you getting up? Yes! God! Like, you're just so pissed. Fucking rip KP.
Try to avoid it for so long.
Rip, dude, now you're. What happened to KP, dog? Oh, did she turn off her camera?
No, I'm still here.
You have to turn your camera back on again. Because now Gavin's like.
No, it's here.
Gavin. Well, I can't, so try it on and off again.
Oh, wait.
Because fucking Gavin's now. Gavin's now. Okay, now it's like switched your guys' way. I gotta switch.
You guys switch sides.
Now it says Gavin
that
is.
flip sides quicker than Ashley in the last 2 months. Fucking back and forth. Dude, I could sleep through anything, though. Like, except for light. Like, I'm such a hermit. Like, my mom could smack me. She could yell at me. I'll sleep through it. And she'd come in my room. Like, this is a long time ago, obviously. Like, middle school, elementary school. And she'd go with my blinds. And then just the sunlight just, like, stings me. I'm like, and there's no, like, sleeping through that.
Like, my dad had one of those long, nice flashlights. And he would shine it right in my face for school.
Somebody does that to me, I'm going fucking Ip Man on their face, dude. I'm fucking like goddamn fastest punch combination in the history of the planet. They're gonna be looking like fucking swollen ass shit, dude. They're gonna be like the fucking Moon Man after him, dude. Don't fuck with my sleep. Like we had to go to this family trip. Like the whole family, like everybody, like all cousins, everybody from around the country. Like we went to fucking Des Moines. I know, fun as shit. And so we go in there, and they're like, my parents are like, oh, like, you can just stay in our room and, like, save money. I was like, no. I'm getting I got a suite. Gavin and I were talking about this the other day. I am the most picky sleeper. I don't even know if when I get married, I want to sleep in the same bed as my wife. Like, I'm the most picky sleeper. I need a fan. I need it to be freezing in my room. I need a MyPillow, or else I can't sleep. I need a body pillow. I need a fucking quality comforter. If you give me any of that, Gavin's camera just turned off. If you give me,
no, it didn't.
For me, it did, dog. I'm the only one it matters because I'm the one streaming it. So it's like fucking. But no, dude. So yeah, I need like just if it's loud, if it's raining. Now you guys fucking are in the right positioning. I'm gonna move the camera again. But if it's like, I mean, seriously, I'm the picky, and people make fun of me. Like KP's camera just turned off.
Why is it?
But like anybody who freaking like, it's just insane. Like, if anybody interrupts my sleep, I am the biggest. Well, now I don't know if I would because I discovered coffee. But before I discovered coffee, like it wasn't even a joke. Like
even if like I wake up bad, like I woke up in a mood today, and even my coffee, I drank like 2 sips on the way to class, and I was like, this isn't even gonna fix it. Like, sometimes you're just in a bad mood and you're like, coffee.
You know you can have your coffee.
Chocolate chip pancakes and bacon to my first class today, and I was like, this is going to be a good day. Like, I'm going to turn this into a good day. And it, like, still didn't. It wasn't. Like,
do you ever have one of those days where you're just in such a bad mood and you think you're being funny, but in real life you're just being a dick?
Oh.
Like, me in the morning, me until, like, 3 p.m., my humor is, God, look at that fucking idiot. Imagine being that fucking asshole, dude. God damn it. And then I have 1 sip of coffee. I'm like, hey, how we doing? Like, it completely changes me, dude. It's like, it's a lifesaver. I couldn't function in the morning.
Coffee.
Huh?
I think I've gotten immune to coffee because it like doesn't work anymore.
If that happens to me,
You gotta up
I'm
it
done with life.
espresso,
That's it.
dude.
This is my last leg of life. The coffee is my last leg of life. And then if the coffee doesn't work, it's fucking.
Going straight to heroin.
Oh, dude, I'm walking in the fucking dude. It's bad. Yeah. God, Gavin, camera, dog.
Are you kidding me? Well, going back to food, the other day, and I have two go-tos because the only things open, well, besides Denny's, but who's gonna go to Denny's alone or get to go Denny's?
Oh,
you know?
I've started,
so,
dude.
So the only thing, and I don't go to McDonald's. There's nothing I like at McDonald's, like except for, and you can't order anything at McDonald's without sounding fat. So I'm not going to McDonald's. And we'll talk about that in a second. But I'm not going to McDonald's. It's either In-N-Out or Taco Bell. So it was like, and it wasn't even that late. It was like 10 o'clock, and I'm going to Taco Bell. And this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me because I was so hungry. I was going to Taco Bell, and I have a low car. I just lowered my car, so I can't even park my own driveway anymore because I can't get up it. So I have to park on the street. So I get to Taco Bell and I start going up the driveway, and I just hear the of my front bumper, like shit, and my tire gets stuck on the fender and it's just rubbing. And so I'm like flooring it to get up the thing, and it's just not going anywhere. And by this time, and it was taking like a minute to this. By this time, cars had stacked up behind me. On the street. So I'm causing traffic at 10 p.m., which is nearly impossible here. And then I tried to go back. I'm like, okay, forget it. And I tried to go back, wouldn't have it that way either. So I literally had to fuck with my steering wheel and floor it. And I was so scared because the person behind me, like 2 feet. So if it does get unstuck, I'm going right into their bumper. And so I'm literally flooring it like this with my steering wheel, trying to get out of the fucking Taco Bell driveway. So I finally get out. And I go around the block. I finally find parking on the street. I go to walk in. But because that took so much time, Taco Bell closes at 10 p.m. for walking in. I get there 10:03. And I'm like, okay, fine, I can get my Taco Bell. Good. And I'm scared it was just like I'm pushing instead of pulling or whatever. And of course locked. And I'm fucking straight Squidward eyes. I'm looking through the glass to see if there's anyone in there at like the cashier thing. And of course the lady's just in the back like this, like scared because someone's trying to like break in, and then goes back holding the thing for the drive-through people, and I'm like, fuck. So I couldn't even get Taco Bell. I just went home, made a PB&J, and then starved and went to bed.
Dude, and not even that. So he calls me and he's like, because we were cringes. But anyway, he calls me and he's like, guess what I just got at Taco Bell? I was like, what? He's like, nothing. He's like fucking shit got stuck. And then, dude, tell her about fucking falling up the stairs, dog.
Oh yeah, and so I couldn't. That was like the worst time of my life, and it just continued into the morning. So I got home, and I was on the phone with Dylan when I was on FaceTime with Dylan, which is even funnier, and he didn't catch it. But like, I just explained how I have my own kitchen in my room because pathetic. And I'm like, okay, I'll just add more to my kitchen. And so I'm carrying the loaf of bread and the peanut butter and the jelly and a plate. I had something else and my phone in my hand. So I'm carrying all the like food stuff in one arm like this, and then FaceTiming like this for some reason because priorities. And then I get up the stairs, the last step. And if you have stairs in your house, so you've had to have done this in your lifetime. I fell up the stairs.
Oh yeah.
So like, I've fallen down them many times, but falling up is so much worse. And my phone, since it's on FaceTime, I go like this. I slam my phone just flat on the and then and of course, best timing, we just got wooden stairs and replaced our like carpet in our house. So it's like fresh slabs of wood, and I'm going, and it's not a one process of like slipping. It's I bang my toe, it gets stuck going up. My knee hits the step, and then my upper body, like this, 90-degree angle, like that on the last step. And I smack my phone, I crush the loaf of bread, and the peanut butter, instead of a jar like this, was like an hourglass, because it broke my fall. And I literally had to call him back, because I was Peter Griffining to my roof.
Dude, all I heard was this. I hear, ding, 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 ding. Fuck! Like, dude, it was funniest thing, dude. For some reason, the older you get, the less you can do stairs. The other day, and I don't know if you guys do this, but every once in a while, I'm like, I'm still young. I'm gonna like run, So I'm like going to my stairs. I'm like at the back of the hallway, and we have like a long ass hallway. So I'm going like this down the hallway, like just running. I try to stop myself. My heels are fucking sliding across the ground. I had no fucking traction. You couldn't have paid me to get traction. My shit goes like I'm water skiing, and I fucking crash into the wall because my stairs are like you go down and then you have to turn and then go down. My shit goes like into the wall. I was like, and then I just laid there like this. I'm like, fuck, my knee hurt, my leg hurt, my heel hurt, my back hurt. I fucking threw my back out for like the next day. I get up in the morning, I'm like, oh.
Dude, you're straight Scooby doing it like mid-air, fucking feet turning like this.
Dude, I had a friend call me the other day, and Gavin like knows who it is, but like nobody would get it so I had a friend call me the other day. He's like, he just calls me, I answer, I'm like, hello. He's like, fuck. I'm like, what? He's like, I don't know how many times I've told my mom to not put shit outside of my door. I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, I just walked out of my room, stepped on a bag, slid 10 feet, and threw my back out. And he's like fucking pissed. And I'm like, dude, it's such a fucking first. Imagine getting mad because your mom, who you live with, put shit outside of your door for you so she doesn't bug you.
No. That shit makes me so goddamn livid. Because I have to leave my purse, which is like my purse, downstairs, and then my backpack, like shoved in a corner, not doing anything. And my roommate will pedally set them by my door. And I was like, you can't even prop them up for me? Like, it's just. What if I needed my fucking EpiPen and it rolled down the stairs? Because he went to walk my shit up 4 flights of stairs.
Dude,
my mom.
The worst.
We have a big ass house. It's 3 bedrooms, like 3.5 baths, whatever. Not big, but for California, it's big. And there's corners of my house that no one sees, right? And parents divorced, only child. No one's here. There's no one in the house. And my mom moves everything because she goes like this. She goes, I don't want people coming over and seeing stuff randomly. I'm like, who? Who the fuck is going to come over? Like, there's no one else that comes to our house.
Oh, dude.
And I'll put it in a there's like I don't know who built my house, but it will be like a random divot. And all that's there is a chair for some reason. Like that.
Dude, that's so true, bro.
And I put like 2 things there, and the next morning it will be like right in front of my door, so I can't even open the door. I have to like push it out of the way with my door. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, what was the purpose?
Dude, parents, nothing is more fucking annoying. But I will do laundry, dude, and my shit will be in the wash. First of all, takes my shit out of the wash, puts it in the dryer with like my jeans. I'm wearing jeans, they're like this now. Because fucking have been put through the dryer so many times. I basically are fucking like female short shorts.
That's like my biggest pet peeve is when people mess with my clothes. I have such a specific way, like cold wash, light spin or no spin, lightly soak. Like I am so particular on how my clothes are washed, and so if somebody like messes it up, like I will lose. Like the rest of my hair is just gonna be terrible.
Dude, dude. My mom, she'll have shit in the wash. I'll lay my shit outside of the wash because her stuff's running. She'll put it in the wash. She doesn't sort it. Every single one of my white shirts, pink.
Oh, pink.
Yeah, pink. So I go buy more, and I put them by the fucking wash. Pink. I'm like, I just spent $20 on shirts, and now you can't see it. Pink, dude. Every single one of my white shirt, my socks, I bought nice Nike long socks. Like they're like the fucking long socks, but they're white. Because everyone roasts me for wearing black socks and white shoes. So I'm like, fuck it. Pink. I'm literally the next day after I buy them. Because what are you going to do? You can't wear fucking long white pink socks. I was so mad. And then what they'll do is I won't, God forbid, I don't take my shit out of the dryer the minute the fucking thing. They expect the fucking dryer to be ding, ding, ding. And I'm like, with like a saw through the floor, like grabbing it and bringing it up. Dude, I'll go out of my room. It'll be like 2 a.m. I have no idea. And I don't do laundry. I don't know if KP, you probably do because you're a chick. But like men do not do laundry until we're literally like old ass shit looking for a pair of underwear.
Ran out of clothes,
no, dude, you'll be going to the dirty clothes. You're like putting it on. It's like, because there's like no underwear. So, dude, so my clothes pile isn't just like a nice little pile of clothes. It's fucking like it's like the Kraken from that. It's like the crag from that old ass Nickelodeon show where they had to climb that mountain. So I'll like literally walk out of my room. I will tear my ACL because I'm expecting my knee to go like this, and instead it goes like this. Like just right on a thing. So I'm like, ah! Like, dude, because my clothes are right there. So either I eat shit and I'm like fucking slamming into the wall, or I'm like going like this out of my room because there's a pile of clothes. I'm like, I'll get it. But it's going to take me like more than a millisecond.
Now, you know what I had to do is my mom, and I'll wash my clothes, but I don't mind washing shit, but I'm so bad at putting it away because it's so tedious. And like, I'll just let everything stack up, and my mom will grab it and stack it in multiple piles outside my door on the ground, nothing underneath it. So it just gets dirty again. So I pick it up, except for the last thing on the bottom of each pile, and rewash that stuff. Because it's so fucking annoying. Like, I had to get trash bags. I had to make a liner on the ground in front of my door for my laundry. So for a while, for like months, I just had trash bags laid down on the ground in front of my door because she would just put it on the ground.
Hamper.
Huh?
I had a hamper, and what she would do, she would get the hamper, flip it upside down, and put the stacks on top of there, so I couldn't even get the hamper. I'm like, without throwing all the other shit on the ground.
Usually just like fold, and then you have like your shirts like on one side of the hamper, and then like your shorts, and then like underwear, like, and then whatever. Like you put it back in like your hamper.
Yeah,
if you
hashtag
have, like,
not in my household.
You know, like the rectangular ones.
Yeah.
Dude,
no, and I have a cat too in my room. So, and we have one that's like the house cat, but my cat just chills in my room.
Is that a Russian blue?
Yeah.
I have an exact same cat. Well, like breed.
She's so
I
cute.
literally have the same cat. Like, it's fucking insane. It's like at my house when you're gone.
Transferable cat. We're spawning different cats like Minecraft. Dude, but yeah, no, so like, and their coats, and it's hot here, and their coat, like, the shedding is so fucking bad, and there's not a spot in my room, and you don't even understand until like a breeze of air goes by and like your entire layer of room shifts. Like, I remember I opened the bathroom door too fast, and there was straight like just a layer of connected fur that went and like moved to one spot. I'm like, I didn't even see that before because she's gray and my floors are gray, so it just blends in. But like, if my mom puts my clothes on the ground, it's literally, I pick it up and I have a new wool sweater. I'm like, God damn it. It's so messy.
Dude, it's like, I never put my clothes away. I have like TV, pile of clothes, chair. So it's like, I have to like, and then instead of putting it away, taking like the 5 minutes, I'm like fucking Moses, the clothes Moses. I move them to either side and then scooch my chair up. I'm so fucking lazy, dude. I don't do shit. Also, I don't know if you guys have done this, but if you ever had to do the dishes and you're just so lazy, so you run the clean dishes again with the dirty dishes in them so that you don't have to fucking do the dishes twice. Oh, dude, it's such a pain, dude. Worst chores. I swear to God, kids are just slaves. Like, that's all they are.
I'm having an army to do everything.
Oh, dude,
and they're going to be
I'll be
malnutrition.
some Mormon head ass living in Utah. I'm gonna have like 14 kids. I'll be posted up with a fucking claw. My kids are gonna be doing all my shit, dude.
They have no say in the matter, dude. They can't even call child abuse on you for that because it's like chores.
Yeah, chores. And then what do you say when they're like, I don't want to do it? Living in my house. Fucking argument. There's not one thing you could say. You're a kid and the parents pulled out, well, then leave. And you go,
Dude,
Get on your bike and you
was so
cul-de-sac to make sure you're making the right decision, and you pedal back home really fucking
What's
fast.
the furthest you've ever gotten when you like decided you were moving out? Like, what's that when you're like a kid and you're like,
House.
Oh yeah, that was my go-to. I'm like, I'm moving to my grandma's.
Always have my back. My
oh,
dad.
always, grandma's are the most clutch, dude.
I was like, Grandma, I'm gonna ride my bike to your house, and it's like a 20-minute drive. She was like, no, I'll come pick you up.
Oh, dude, grandma's. I used to fucking call my grandma. I'd be like, fuck, and like rant. She'd send my fucking poor grandpa to come fucking pick me up. Like, he'd be fucking pulling up. He'd come pick me up, and then she'd like call my mom. What the fuck are you doing? Like, dude, always on my side. I have the most clutch fucking like the most defensive. That's the great thing about defensive parents is like they're annoying as shit when like you don't. But like if you get into any shit, they'll like it's just so funny. But dude, I actually one time I was young, and Gavin knows where this is. But you know that remember that road with the trains that goes behind my house.
Yeah.
Like it's like the fucking random ass like hick road, and then there's like
I know.
it's like nobody takes it. I left my house, walked all the way down that to like the fucking Target, and I had walked all the way to the Target, and then my mom pulls up and she's like, "Shh, just come back. This is stupid." And I was like, "Are you gonna let me have my shit?" This was not recently. This was like I was in fucking like middle school or some shit. So it's not like I'm 23. Like fucking no. But I was like, so we made a deal, like fucking Trump, on the goddamn. I'm like, I'm not getting in that goddamn car unless I get my Xbox. And then she finally agreed to give it back to me, and then I got in the car. I'm leaving. I will pack up my shit on a stick and leave the house. Like I don't give a fuck, dude.
It's a good threat after a while, because then they're like, if you actually pull through with it, they'll be like, shit, I don't want to go to prison for like. If you call there, I would always be like, I'm calling social services. Like, biggest threat ever. I used to be, and when I was 17, 16, reality was not a thing. I was like, I'm moving out the fucking second I turn 18. Here I am like 3 years later after turning 18, and I'm like, Mom, can I have some money for groceries?
Oh, dude, you don't even realize, like I remember the other day, like, my parents were like, so what do you want for Christmas? And I was like, oh, nothing. They're like, well, we're going to get you something. So, and you're just, what you want, like, changes so drastic. Like, my parents,
Socks.
it wasn't even socks. My parents were like, because I need to get new tires. And they're like, okay, so we can help pitch in with the new tires, or we can get you something. I'm like, tires. They're like, but you didn't even hear about tires. Like, I don't give it, you could be like, or $1 million. And I'll be like, tires. Like the shit that you want is so different the older you get. It's so funny.
Yeah. My birthday this year, I got two presents. One, not paying my car payment for that month. So not even gaining something, but just not losing something. That was my birthday present. And then bullshit, because should have bought me a car in the first place. And then because didn't save for my education, so what the fuck did they put any money towards?
Ow.
And then second thing, rental car to go camping. I'm like, oh god. So didn't have to pay for my car, and then paid for another car for me to use. Yes, winning big time. Like, I didn't get a single feasible, tangible thing.
For Christmas last year, I asked for the exact amount of money for my car insurance, and then I just paid for my car insurance. Like, that's all it was, dude. I was just like, oh, could I have $295? And then they're like, sure. Like, fucking weird. Like, okay. So they gave me $300, so I got $295, then I bought like a sandwich. So I literally got a sandwich for Christmas. Like, it was fucking. I don't like people giving me presents. I'm the worst boyfriend, because I'm actually a fucking good boyfriend, but like I'm bad at this, because like I am not a celebrator of birthdays, and I don't like getting presents. I don't like people telling me happy birthday. I don't like any of that. And then so like I'll be dating somebody and they'll be like their birthday, and I'm like, oh, like happy birthday, like I got you fucking something. Like, that's it. I'm like, I fucking got you. I went, and they're like, because I don't like anything. Like, people get me stuff, and I'm like cringe. Like, I don't want anything for my birthday. Like, people know, and like I went out to eat with fucking my friend and his wife the other day. They made the people come over and sing happy birthday. It wasn't even my birthday. They just know how awkward it is. I was like, oh my god, we're at a fucking Mexican restaurant. They bring over sombrero. And like, and I'm like, god damn it, dude. I was like, and you're trying to like tell them it's not your birthday, and they're just like Mexican and loud, and it's like, good luck. I was just like, fuck, dude. But yeah, no, it's bad.
It's like, oh, it's your birthday, amigo!
Yeah, like, hey, and they're like putting the hat on, and they're like fucking, like snapping the thing out of my neck. I'm like fucking dying. It's like the most, like, it's just so cringe. And so I'm sitting there like a bitch. And then afterward, I didn't even say thanks. Like, they took the hat off. I go. And then they brought me like a free scoop of ice cream. And they were like, here comes the ice cream. And I was like fucking then, like, mood changes.
Do you have a little candle in it?
Yeah. Dude, it's so... I hate birthdays, though. Cringy as people sing happy birthday to you.
There's no appropriate reaction to happy birthday song. Like...
Dude, did you see that?
It goes on way too long.
It was like it was like me leaving Area 51 with the fucking proper reaction when people sing happy birthday to you. Like, what do? I go like this.
I just sit there. I'm like... Like, I just smile awkwardly and, like, kind of nod and, like, look around. I'm like, all right.
God, and my face...
Summer birthday, so we always combine my birthday with 4th of July. So then nobody usually ends up singing happy birthday because they're too hammered.
Oh, base. That's so much better. Oh, God. Yeah, I hate it. My birthday's November. So my family's always tried to go, like, above and beyond because boring-ass birthday. So they'll be like, ah! And it's like fucking you step outside and you're like frozen stiff because it's fucking free. So it's like there's nothing you can do. So they just try to fucking go above and beyond with everything. So like when I was a kid, fat ass cake and just like, happy birthday. And I'm like, go, dude. And then you gotta blow out the candles for everybody. It's like, make a wish. And you're like you don't even make one. Like you're just like have to burn like two.
Candles don't blow out. And then you're like, oh my god, now what do I do?
Oh yeah, imagine thinking that you're funny by getting gag candles. That's like the least funny thing that I've ever seen in my life. When you
like laughing and you're like, my anxiety just skyrocketed. Yeah, what expression do I need to put on my face now?
Because already I'm like, so that it goes off in one thing and then they don't go out. So you're like, and then they're like, ah, gotcha. And I pick it up and I'm like, fuck, dude. God, bro.
Break it in half.
They like light the carpet. They're like, no. I'm like, well, then give me the damn fake ass fire, dude. God,
dude, it hurts to do that. Like if you blow really hard, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but if I do that and puff my cheeks out so much, it's so much pain for like hours. I don't know what it is, but it like stretches my cheek muscles out so much. I feel like I just got Botox or something. I'm like, oh, I have to like massage them for like an hour, like this.
Dude, it's
get a facial.
Dude, never
Not
again.
The way you're thinking.
God, dude, I hate I got a facial. Worst experience of my life. Was by far the most painful, and I looked worse after. Like my mom's like,
it's because they extract everything.
Yeah, but it's like it wasn't even pleasurable. Like they didn't do any of the nice stuff. They did. So my mom's like, oh, like my friend just opened a spa. Like you go to the facial. I was like, whatever. Like fuck it, because I was like in high school, so I had no idea. And we had class pictures. She's like, it's perfect. I was like, okay. I go in, lady's like am I fucking, there's not even like anything there. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, there's probably a blackhead underneath the shit. I'm like, if there is, leave it. Because it's fucking annoying. I didn't get any like the fucking cucumber shit. I walk in, she's like smacking my face with like lotion. And then she's like, or whatever oil it is, it stings. And then she's like, with some squirt stuff into it. And it's like alcohol. And I'm like, oh! Like, dude, it was so painful. Like, I've never been in that much pain in my life. And then I leave. My face was so red and swollen. Like, it wasn't even funny.
You haven't experienced pain. KP, have you gotten your eyebrows waxed?
Yeah.
Or, I mean, not waxed, threaded. That's what I mean.
Threading is worse. I got it done one time when I was younger and I never went back to threading.
Dude, I've done it twice, and each time I did it, I'm never doing this again. And I'm like,
it wasn't waxed.
I don't know. I have pretty bad eyebrows. Like, they're all over the place. They're fucking making their own paths.
You can get, like, those, I think it's expensive, though. I was watching some YouTuber do it, but, like, it's those, like, laser hair, but you can buy it on Amazon. And then you just, like, I don't know how it would work for eyebrows, though, because eyebrows are thicker.
Yeah, I've already got the thickest hair, so forget eyebrow. I've been staring at this for, how long has it? An hour and 37 minutes. What the fuck is that pineapple? Like, what is that painting, actually?
Oh, it's like a pineapple.
It's a pineapple that has yellow leaves and a blue
All pineapples have yellow leaves.
No, that's green.
They're green.
Did you paint that?
No, I bought it at there's this place that I bought like all my stuff for my room when I came up here. I don't know what it's called. I call it Garbage Ridge, but I got so much stuff there for cheap.
I wish
it looks like you got that one from the children's hospital.
It was like, well, this kid painted it his last painting. It's like, oh, I know it's the fucking wrong ass color, but whatever.
Yeah, it's like, oh, what was wrong with him? Well, he was colorblind. It's like, oh, that makes a lot of sense.
I like a beach theme room. I was like, I want to bring Florida to this fucking cold ass climate that I'm living in.
Where are you in Kentucky, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't even get cold.
It's hotter. I just flew home this weekend. It's hotter here than it is at home.
Are you live in Florida normally?
Yeah, I'm from Florida, but I go to school in Kentucky.
See, I
Okay.
lived in
Where-
Tennessee, and oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Where in Florida?
Naples.
Like, oh, okay.
Maple.
Naples.
Oh,
You would
Maple.
in?
How about like things that are named after European things that are better than our things? You know, like Venice Beach. It's like, get the fuck out of here.
Italy.
Huh?
Like they have Naples, Italy.
Do you like it in Florida? Like, I want to go to Florida, but I don't want to die to a fucking Sharknado alligators hurricane. Like, it's just
You
so...
walk there, it's like, what are you dying from?
Honestly, like, there was, like, one of my first years here in Kentucky, they, like, freaked out over a snowstorm, and I was like, I would much rather deal with a hurricane.
Well, that's what everybody says, and then their shit gets blown away, and they're on the news, like, ah! Like, because they didn't
Like,
leave.
usually, like, you luck out. Like, we lucked out. Well, there was that one hurricane that almost hit the East Coast, but didn't. It swerved. Irma.
Yeah, see, that's the great thing about Kansas. It's like the worst thing we have to worry about is like,
Don't you have tornadoes?
yeah, but it's like I've never seen one.
Yeah, those would freak me out.
Yeah, but they're fun because they're like this. So it's like, you know, they're like literally just where you are. So you.
When you're sucked up, like, you're like, whoop, whoop, whoop.
Oh, that'd be fun. I feel like it'd be fun. You'd be like, hey, like fucking flying around,
Yeah,
and then you
dude.
die. But like, if I get sucked, dude, idiots go to the basement.
Meme
Huh.
of that one girl. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. I wonder if it's still in her story.
You know, I'm waiting for fucking Armageddon, earthquake, and tsunami.
It's not there anymore. But it was like it was like a meme of like how it would be. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. If you got like hurricane.
I can't. The thing about people with tornadoes is like people go to the basement, and like that's the funny thing about living in Kansas is like I remember we had like a huge tornado thing like this summer in like May, and like I was with my buddy and we were literally went outside, we're like watching and waiting for it. Everyone's like running to their basement. I was like, I would rather get sucked up by this thing and thrown to fucking actual Venice than sit in the basement and get piled on from stuff, from debris, and then you're like, "Ugh," like trying to get the rock off of the thing so you could just finally have a sandwich and not starve to death.
Everyone's like,
I'm
hurricanes
fucking
aren't that
proud of my
bad.
story. That's really funny. Oh my god. God. Memes, dude. Yeah, tornadoes aren't as bad. I just like, I don't know if I could live in Florida. Like I was talking to my uncle. Is it humid in Florida?
I mean, depending on where you go, like okay, so Naples is as far south on the west coast as you can go, pretty much until you hit Marco, and then you like if you want to go anywhere else, like you've got the Everglades, and then you got to if you want to go anywhere else, you have to like cut across the state and then go down to the Keys. So it's like super humid, but like
All of that just went like this. I don't know shit about Florida.
it's like as far down as you can go before there's like no more, and then
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you have to because the Keys are on the other side, like, and then they like go back this way.
I don't know
I've
about
been to
the
Florida
thing about
once.
Florida. You've
I
been
don't
there?
that like the Panhandle is as humid.
I went to
but
Disney
no.
World, so it's like not even
So-
really in Florida.
Oh.
I've never actually been to Florida and like seen Florida. We
I want to go back, like, after I graduate here, I want to go back just for, like, law school. But I would probably live, like, Naples has a bunch of old people, so I'd probably move to the East Coast or, like, Sarasota or something.
I had a friend who lived
I
in
want-
Sarasota.
Like, Tampa, Clearwater, St. Pete.
I want to live near as many old people as possible
Oh,
because there's
same.
never any problems.
There's
like
no problem. Old people most peaceful and quiet.
I'm basically an old person. Like that's.
Oh, Nick Fuentes is shit talking me on his show right now. Should we pull it up and listen to it on the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay,
You go for it.
Nick Fuentes, hold on. Nick.
You specifically?
Yeah.
Why? You've never said really anything
We'll
against
see,
him.
dude. Okay, here it is. Let's see.
More hardcore than ever on the show about, we all know, right? I go to this party.
They can
he
hear
took
it
a
right
picture with people. That means it's over. That means he's blue-pilled now. Like, really? You'd think people would realize, but whatever.
Oh!
Alex says, just take my wage cut bucks and continue the good fight. Well, thank you, bro. I will do that. That's all right. Maybe there'll be some more opportunities in the future.
Wait, hold on, let me see.
Redfield says, Dylan Parentis, a known pillow biter, said you and your friends aren't real conservatives.
He literally he literally said my name.
In the future. Red Pilled says, Dylan Parentis, a known pillow biter, said you and your friends aren't real conservatives. Debate him. He's got clout. His IG is too savage for Democrats. Okay, I'll check him out.
Oh, he said his IG is too savage for Democrats. Check him out.
Can't talk about pillow biting. Sheesh.
Oh my God.
Lil Jesus says it was awesome meeting you and the gang in Miami. Zoomers are rising. Establishment conservatives are trying
Why
to
does he
hold
want
on,
to
but we
debate
have all
me,
the
dude?
energy.
What's with all
That's
these fucking
right.
virgins that
Big
just
guy,
want
it's
to
true.
debate?
Nice meeting you as well. Nice meeting the
What did he say?
rapper of America.
He was like, wait, hold on.
Lil Jesus, all
What's
these
his
black
beef
pills,
with you?
we went Nico mode.
Let me see if he says anything else.
No, Lil Jesus was cool. I had to confront him about it, and he hung out at the after party. He's a good dude.
Hold on, wait.
Samurai Spirits, welcome back, King. Well, thanks. Look at absolute loyalty from my followers because it's gonna.
I never said he wasn't a real conservative. When did I say what? Somebody in the chat was like, Dylan Parentis said you're not a real conservative. Debate him. His thing is too savage for Democrats. I never said he wasn't a real conservative. I literally never said that. I said fucking. I'm commenting in the thing. I'm commenting. He's not even gonna see it, but.
He might if you saw that guy's comment.
I never said you
Why
weren't.
would you just take a followers? That's the dumbest thing you could do is just take some random comment and take it for truth.
You're rough, by the way.
And talk shit on something.
Watching The Sopranos, very Kino move. Now the autistic kid spurgs out every time he sees it. Based? That's very racist and not based. I can't believe you've done this.
I mean, I don't have a problem with Nick Fuentes at all.
Uniforms based? Let's
see if he sees my
I don't know.
comment.
I mean, from the crowd. And as it happens, I actually am from an Orthodox family, albeit Christian.
What are you gonna do?
Well, hey, yeah, nice to meet you as well, man. Very.
What are you
good
gonna
to see
debate on when you have the same
That's a
views?
pretty
You know.
interesting comparison. Yeah, I mean, like we're somewhat allies, sort of on the same page. I could see that. Jacob Bull, I talked to him. Look, I know he's a Zionist. I get that. A lot of my audience isn't in love. He talks about bombing Iran and stuff. But he's totally based. He knows all the relevant facts. He's just on the Zionist team. But you know what? I don't really have a problem with that. I have a problem with people that are dishonest, that try to attack me, that try to destroy me.
Let's see if anybody responds.
But I think
I thought we'd be able to listen to it too.
You guys, it's just on his YouTube channel, Nicholas J. Fuentes.
Advancing common goals, and where we disagree, maybe meeting halfway.
But he's done
I don't
talking
want to bomb Iran like he does.
I can't believe he said my name, though.
I think he's presentable. I think he's a Chad.
Does it bother you when people it bothers me when people call me Gavin and I don't know who they are?
So are there things
that
I put myself out
agree on, or the things that
it
I don't
bothers
love?
me when someone says my real name and I don't even know that they knew it.
I said it during the debate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't really. I guess my name's on my thing now, but like. I've never really I've told people my name, but I don't go by Gavin.
Salad Head Nation, all right.
No, I
stand the Salad Head
Salad Head Nation, all right.
Chicken on a wrap says was pretty cringe seeing all the cameras turned on the audience.
Turn it off. It's fucking.
Stop giving doxing material. That'd be great. I know. I kept seeing that. I tried to tell him to stop, but I wasn't organizing it. So
I don't even know. Like, what am I dude? He fucking. He literally was like, so apparently someone was like, debate Dylan Parentis. It's just like, whatever. Means like, does pillow biter mean retard? Yeah, I guess he called me a pillow biter. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded. It means like retard, apparently. But dude, what the fuck? I don't even know. I didn't even say he wasn't a real conservative. That's the funny thing about people. Like, I went off on Kathy Zoo. I've never said anything about. I don't even think I've said Nick Fuentes' name publicly ever. But whatever. I'll go on his show. It'll be free clout, dude. I'll pretend to have an issue with him. I'll be like, yeah, fuck you, dude. Get me on your show. And then I'll go on his show, and then I'll get on there, but I don't have an issue. I was just going to get the fucking clout. Chase the clout, my guy.
Chase the clout. He has a lot of viewers, jeez.
Yeah, 3,000.
That's pretty good for having 43k subs.
I'm gonna, should I super chat and be like, no, because I don't want to give him any money. Well, now he thinks I'm a fucking Zionist faggot. Like, it's like so annoying, dude.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Your name has been tarnished, and then the knickers. The knickers. That's what his fans are.
Yeah, the knickers, dude. I was literally watching a stream for the first time, and he said that. He was like, oh, where are all my knickers at tonight? I was like, oh.
Dude, I laughed so fucking hard the first time I heard someone, like, go, like, oh, someone was talking about the debate, and they were like, they're like, all the knickers in the crowd, and I was like, oh my fucking god. I had to, like, piece it together. I'm like, so fucking dumb, dude. Like, I would not have thought of that.
Dude, because it's like, like, people have names that they call. I've never thought of anything to call my followers. Like, I'm going to call them faggots. It's like, some faggots, how are you doing? Faggots, you know? It's like, where are the faggots? Like, what do I call my fucking followers? You know, it's like, I don't have a clever name. We're all the fucking savages. Like, can I get fucked in the ass anymore? Like, you can't call them savages. It's like, what do you do?
Crystalia has the babies. Yeah, it's like, you gotta think of...
True babies, the true knickers, dude.
You gotta have the goyim. That's like our peeps.
Gotta call them the fucking... Gotta think of something. The goddamn based and red pill. That's what they call them. What's up, based and red pill? Should we wrap the show?
Yeah.
That was kind of a buzzkill. Fucking all the knickers gonna be DMing me, so I better get on top of it. They're not even gonna be able to find me because I'm so fucking shadow banned. Good luck finding my account. They're gonna tell you I'm looking this guy up. Not even on Instagram fucking feed. So I love how we're live at the same time. We got like a fucking whole ass 12 people in here. And like Nick, this fat ass chat. I'm like, what's a pillow hugger? It takes 20 minutes for somebody to respond. If like one person active in the chat, he's got this live ass shit. It's fine, dude. I don't give a shit.
Who's watching both at the same time? How fucking ADD can you be?
How ADD can you not be? I could not do, dude. I have one thing. I was trying to do homework and also listen to Joe Rogan today, and I was literally staring at my shit like this and listening to Joe Rogan, and then I'd like zone in on the fucking homework, and then I'd be like, fuck, I gotta go back to the Joe Rogan. Like, I couldn't do both at once. I was like, fuck, I'm just gonna pause the Joe Rogan. And then
have anything going on when I study. I would try to go to coffee shops, and then like I spent all my money on like coffee, which is like really bad now because it's more expensive than Dunkin'. But like then I just end up people watching.
Same.
Yeah, I know.
Go to coffee shop.
That had a big fish tank, and of course I sit right in front of the fish tank, and I was just like, looking. And there was like this one fish had no eyeball. He was like blind, so it was like blue eye and then like a black eye. I was like,
Dan Crenshaw fish.
Damn it, dude, that was my joke. I was like, dude, you should have taken a picture close up with the fish and been like meme like Dan Crenshaw fish. Dan Crenshaw.
God. I always watch fish. It's like, what are fish gonna do too? Like, I'm always waiting for something to happen. It's like they're fish. Like, they're just.
He's got to like turn around completely to like see somebody.
They'll look at you though. Fish will fucking look at you. Like, they'll be like,
I forget you exist.
Dude, here's me every single time I have my laptop up with my homework on it. This is me 3 minutes in every single time. Like, every single time in the fucking chat, and I'm like, it's never. I have the worst ADHD. I don't though. I feel like ADHD doesn't exist. Like, I feel like
I think he hasn't.
I can laser focus on stuff that I care about. Like, I'm the most fucking, which is like the typical ADHD. Well, I can focus on things I care about. You know, but it's like, no, seriously. Like, if I don't give a shit, you can't pay me to focus on it. Like, I'll just, and then I get lazy and just start putting in random answers, and I have to like stop myself. Like, the other day I put in like 3 random answers, and then like 10 questions later I was like, fuck, and I had to go all the way back just because I felt guilty. I was like, god damn it. Yeah.
I have a completely unrelated question. Have either of you been caught ditching?
School?
Like in class? Yeah,
I got
like in high
arrested
school.
doing it, dude.
What?
So, like,
It's-
get this. This is how you know you live in, like, the whitest area ever. It was the day of the PSATs. And my friends and I were like, hey, fuck this shit. Let's just go to, like, Walmart. Because I wasn't going to take the PSAT. And I don't even remember, because I had already taken the ACT. So I didn't need to take the PSAT. So we were like, okay, we'll go to Walmart. So we're, like, literally walking across the street to Walmart, jaywalking like idiots. And we're like across the street. We go inside a Walmart. We come out, cops. The school called the police and had us followed to Walmart. The fucking fat ass, like, what do you call the security guy at the school?
Donut eating cop.
The donut patrol followed us all the way to fucking Walmart. And then they were like, oh, we're gonna have to bring you back in the car. I was like, no. They're like, yeah, we have to bring you back. I was like, I am not getting out of the car at the back of a police car at high school. I'll be on, like, the student news getting fucking, like, no. And they were like, I was like, I'll walk back. And they're like, okay, we have to follow you. So I walked back with the cop car following me. And my friends just sat in the back of the car. I was like, you guys are fucking, I'm walking, dude. I didn't give a shit. So I saw that. But yeah, no, it was really awkward. That's the worst.
You know what's worse is getting caught by your mom. I ditched and I was at this store and I was getting snacks because I was about to go to, like, my usual park to watch Netflix. And I come out of the store and I start walking down the block, drives by and just goes, what? And busts a U-turn, and I, like, try to hide. And she just, like, and I, like, peek out and she's, like, looking, and I'm like, oh, get it over with. And I just walk to her car, and I have not gotten reamed worse than that. And there's nothing what drops me back off at school. I'm like, okay, getting dropped off by my mom, part 2 of the day. Like, so embarrassing.
Dude, did your mom ever drop you off at school and then you'd be, like, walking to class and you'd forget something and they'd go, me, like, loud as shit, and then you're like, you're literally walking, you stop and you're like, what? Like, dude, you're just so fucking mad, dude. God, what's the worst you've ever gotten yelled at?
That's so hard to think of.
Yeah, it's really hard.
I've
I've
gotten yelled at.
I've really got to think.
I've gotten yelled at so many times, so loud. The worst for my dad is, like, the dumbest thing, like just leaving a wet towel on the ground.
Leaving the lights on, the electricity bill goes up like $2.
Oh, dude, you have, like, a depressed dad. If you have a depressed dad, anything is the worst. Like, you leave some shit on the ground. Yeah. What the fuck? Like, it's just insane, dude.
I the whole electricity bill now because I'm, like, in charge of, like, paying it. Like, everybody has to, like, Venmo me and then, like, I pay it. But I was like, it should not be this high. Like, you need to turn your lights off when you leave your room. Like, I get it now.
Yeah, dude.
No,
I
like
don't have a depressed dad just to make that because freaking parents watch it. But yeah, no, it's not. But yeah.
My dad, he would get so much. He did this. He still does it. If you open the fridge to, like, look at what you're gonna eat, right? Like, I'll open it for 2 seconds and I'm looking. He goes, shut the door. And I'm looking at what there's to eat. He's like, I'll tell you. Think of what you want to eat and then open it. I'm like, dude, the difference that's making in the bill or anything at all, he's like, all the food's going to go bad. It's like, dude, no, it's not. Like, he doesn't get it.
Dude, so my grandma's fridge has an alarm if it's open for too long. So I was like,
mine, dude.
The last time I was over there, I'm like, I like opened the fridge and then I'm like, shit. So I, like, had to go into the other room to grab something, and then it's like, and, like, if there's just one camera in the kitchen, you see me get up and, like, walk out of the room, and so it's like, and then you hear, and then, like, 30 seconds later, because I'm like an idiot, like, trying to figure out what the fuck it is, 30 seconds later, I'm like back into the fucking, like, slamming the door shut because I fucking loudest goddamn fridge. I was like, what kind of fridge does that? What kind of, like, I know I'm not going to leave the fridge open. Like, thanks for, like, so annoying. Like, at least have it like a machine. Closed door. Like, that'd be so much nicer. But instead, ear-piercing scream. Like, fucking every dog in the neighborhood was like fucking thinking about what the fuck it was, dude.
Every appliance I have makes an unnecessary noise. Like my dry, I don't even know what it is, if it's the dryer or the washer, because I always do both at the same time. So, but one of them sings a fucking song. Not sings it. It's
usually
Johnny.
the
Yeah, my dry, it goes. I know the exact thing because I've heard it so many times. It goes. Do 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 do. How unnecessary is that? Like it can go, and I know it's done, and it's 30 seconds, and I'm just like, oh, and there's no way to turn it off. Like I can't figure out how to turn it off. I've like looked it up on YouTube, and I just can't figure it out. And then my fridge beep beep beep, and like will not stop. Like it doesn't stop. It will keep going hours and hours and hours if you don't shut it. Microwave, slightly open, will not stop. Like every single appliance in my house does not shut the fuck up.
My washer and dryer don't make that beeping noise when your stuff is done. And it like doesn't even have a timer, so like I can't see how much longer it has left. Like my dad does, so it's just like I have to just wait and then hope that like it's like right outside my door, so like I can hear it shut off anyway. But like the one or the other will like freak out and it'll just be like boo, 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 and it like moves and it sounds like it's about to take off. It gets so loud.
It's about to launch into space.
Dude, yeah, I've never had that issue, but my car does that and it's fucking annoying. I just had something I was gonna say and I totally lost it. It was about that. God damn it. What we were talking about?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, have you ever like? Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say my old car like was so old, and but you know because you drove it. So old it didn't make a single sound. It was so nice.
Dude, the horn
like,
didn't even work. You had to get that fucking rubber chicken and go when they were fucking. Dude, I was with my fucking girlfriend and we were driving through her college campus. This was probably one of the times I felt like an asshole. And I was like, yo, watch this, hand me that chicken. And she hands it to me. And, like, there's this person walking down the street, like, in her campus. And I go, and I fucking pull up next to her. I take the chicken. I'm like, you know the rubber, you squeeze them and they fucking scream. I literally put out the window and I go, like, right in their face. And they go, off in his car. And she's like, that chick was, like, deaf. And I was like, oh my God. Like, that was the fucking worst possible situation. I was trying to be funny, and I was like, give me a fucking chicken. Deaf chick. And I was
only thing worse? My friend, because I had it in my car for so long, my friend did it to a blind person. What do you think that blind person, like, they're going to have no idea what the fuck's going on.
Oh, dude.
Like, that's so scary. Just...
I bought one for my car because I was like, oh, I want to have one in my car. My friend, it's like 9 in the morning, and you already know me in the mornings. We went over it. My friend gets in my car and goes, and I fucking grab it out of his hand, chucked it out the fucking car. Like I stopped the car, got out, chucked it into somebody's yard, and then fucking got in the car and kept driving. He's like, what the fuck, dude? I was like, shut up. I was like, why the fuck would you do that? Like, and I was dead serious. Like, I'm just such a dick in the morning. I was like, what made you think, do you think you're funny? Why would you squeeze the fucking chicken? He's like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, no, you're fat, and now you're squeezing the chicken. 2 inconveniences. And it's morning. Like, I was so mad, dude. Like,
you're already lopsiding my car.
Who does that? It's like people put their feet on your shit, on your dashboard in your car.
I do that, dude. I do that so much,
oh my God,
dude.
Gavin gets in my car, and he'll have... It's like he's like doing a fucking Picasso painting on my goddamn dashboard. My car's already messy. I'm like, let me just have one part of my car that looks nice. You know, it's like I got a huge scratch down the side of it from me trying to back up. I've got fucking gum that I pulled off the seat from chick. Had gum on her shoe, didn't know, and like does crisscross applesauce. Gum stuck to my seat, so I'm like fucking trying to get it off my seat. So I've got a gum stain. The seat is cloth because it's 2019 and idiots still make cloth seats, I guess. So that's it. And then Gavin gets in my car, shoe. I'm like,
dude, like it makes a difference. I remember I came to hang out with Dylan the week after he got his car. Brand new, okay? Spotless. 1 year later, even if it was a year. I've never seen a car with more stains and more like ickiness, just unremovable ickiness too. Scratches, dents, everything. I'm like, holy fuck. And he trashes that car. Like, he'll just see a pothole and 90 fucking miles per hour going through it.
You!
Yeah.
Dude, you fucking...
No,
Gavin,
you.
Gavin, here, I get to California, I'm in the car with Gavin, and he goes, so here's a little funny trick about my car. It actually is better if you speed over speed bumps. So we'll literally be driving,
true.
and it's like Star Trek going into goddamn warp speed. He sees a speed bump. I'm like back in my seat, freaking, and then you're like getting so much air, dude. It's like you're like fucking flying through the air. The thing's so like throwing out legs and pulling itself back down so it stays. I was like, Jesus Christ, you're like fucking escape velocity floating into space. Way into the goddamn. I was like, gee, but no, yeah, no. My car's. I mean, it's in good shape. It's just messy. I just need to clean it. But it's mostly the seats, though. That's it. And it was because fucking first day I got it, dent, because I bought it, like, well, my fucking parents. So I get the car finally, and then I'm like hanging out with this chick, and I'm like, let's go stargazing. So we drive to like the end of this road to go stargazing, and my old car, you could like lay on the top of it because made out of like actual good material. Because like I had the biggest downgrade of the fucking millennium in cars. So like my old car, you could do it. So then we pull up into this like really nice fucking like place to stargaze. We're like climbing on the roof of my car, and like we lay on it, and we're laying here like this, and it goes dunk dunk dents. I was like, no. And then it's like, and I'm like, shit. So then you crawling off, you put like 4 more dents, because try to get off a car easily. So I'm like, I get it. They're in the car. I go under. I'm like, boom, like trying to punch the like get him to come back up. Wouldn't move. I'm like, what am I gonna do? She's like, it's fine. I'm like, no, I just got this car, and there's no way my dad, because you know dads when they buy a car, they come outside at like 6 a.m. with their coffee, like. And just look at it, you know, because they just like, so I'm like, God. So the next morning, my dad's like, happened to the car? I was like, oh, you're never going to believe this. I parked to go play football. Somebody threw the football on top of my car. It bounced like 4 times. You wouldn't even believe. It's like, dunk, dunk. Dude, because I'm not going to be like, try to sit on it. Like, fucking. It's like, and he did. I had to literally convince him, like, and I had to call the chick. I was like, okay, when you get here, tell him the football. Be like, I can't believe that happened with the football. She's like, why? I was like, because he thinks that he doesn't believe me. She's like, no, you just have to be honest. I'm like, fuck that, dude. I'm not trying to. This is not my last day. I'm not gonna dent my car and then get killed the day after. Like, fuck that, dude. It was the worst.
How'd you come up with that? God, that's pretty sly, dude.
Because I've done that. I've thrown footballs and it's I did it to fucking Luke. We were outside, and I was like, he has his truck, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna punt the football. So I punt it, and it's like, bam, like right on his windshield. There's a crack in his windshield to this day, because it was like 7 degrees outside. The football's like, bam, like fucking on the windshield. He's like, fucking.
Oh, I just thought of that. Just reminded me the worst I've gotten yelled at. I was a kid and it was hot as shit outside, and my grandma with her truck, she parked, and I have a window in my bathroom that's on the second story, and she parked underneath that, and I'm filling water balloons because kid, got to make water balloons, and I'm like, nothing's gonna happen. I dropped the water balloon on her windshield. I kid you not, it just went. The whole thing cracked and just fell through. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, kid, I'm like, hee. I was shocked. Because who expects a water balloon? Oh, fucking water balloon to break a windshield. Literally, you hear the noise, and then 10 seconds later, you hear my front door opening, and just my mom. Gavin! Like, and I'm just like, yeah? Like, I'm trying to think of anything I could say.
It's like, what was that? And you're like,
what?
What was what?
I had
picking it up. Like,
oh, that was a lock myself in the bathroom moment. I was in there for hours and hours just sitting down.
I just remembered the time I got yelled at. This is also one of the funniest stories of my life. So I'm in like 3rd grade, okay, and my grandpa got this nice ass Lincoln, like this fucking nice, like straight off the lot, 10 miles on it Lincoln. And it's sitting in the driveway, and I'm like, can I go get in it and like play car? And my grandma doesn't give a shit about my grandpa, and she's like, sure, go ahead. And he's like, what? So like we're already like halfway out the door, and so we're sitting in the car, and I'm like fucking with it, and I put it in reverse, and I didn't know how to get it back, so it starts going backwards, and I fucking jump out of it, but he has like baby locks on the back, and my friend is in the back seat, and he's like trying to fucking get out of the car. So the car's coming backwards, and I dove out of the bushes, and I could see my phone, and it's like rolling back, smashes into a light pole. It just goes like perfectly out of my driveway. Boom! Like into the light pole, and fucking my friend is sitting and he's like looking through the thing, and my grandpa comes out. He's like, "What the fuck?" Like, oh, dude. But I didn't even care. I was laughing so fucking hard because it was like, oh my god. And then the time my friend, we were playing cops and robbers, and I've told this story on the fucking podcast like 2 years ago, but I had him handcuffed. And I was like walking him to my porch, and we had this thorn bush outside of the fucking porch. And he trips on a piece of the driveway and fucking starts falling into the thorn bush, but his hands are like handcuffed. And so he's falling into the thorn bush, and he's like, ah! Ah! The whole way down. And he couldn't stop.
Oh my god.
He couldn't stop himself, and he's like screaming bloody murder on the way down, and he's just like, ah! And then he's like laying in the thorn bush, like face first. I had to like pick him up, and he's like, ah! Like there's like thorns in his face. He looked like goddamn. Oh, dude, it was like, oh my god. And I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry. He's like, fuck, like, oh, because you have no control. You can't.
Oh my god.
He wanted to put his hands out so bad.
Did you ever used to fuck with like the windows, like when your mom's rolling them up in the car and you're like playing chicken with it?
God. Okay, I don't know how old I was, but I was been like 5 or 6, and my neighbor and I would mess around with each other. And one day, like, my mom stopped the car on our way to like do errands or something in our neighborhood, and my friend was there, and I was like, oh well, I'm just gonna like roll down the window, and then like I would stick my head out, and then she would like try to like tap me, and then I'd come back in the car and like roll the window back up. I got my head.
Dude, same thing. That's the most embarrassing.
My mom had never been so mortified. She's like, oh my god, my daughter actually, they thought that I was autistic for like
Tries to commit suicide.
I think that was like the turning point where they're like, maybe we should go get her tested.
Oh, dude, and I can't even imagine how that's like scarred you with windows, because like most people already biggest anxiety when the windows are like.
My hair gets rolled up in it all the time. It'll just be like, and I'm like, oh shit.
No, dude, like every time I'm driving with my friends, they'll be like, I'll have the window open and they'll be like resting their arm, and I'll fucking start to roll the window up. And they haven't had their head stuck in one, so I can't. They always go. Like, no, that's so fast, dude.
Like,
yeah, I got choked. My mom, except for my mom, did it to me. I was like chilling and kid trying to be a dog. I had my head out the window, like just laying there, and she starts putting it up, and there's not that much room, so it just instantly like jabs me, and I had to like stand up in the back seat, and I'm like. Like yelling the loudest I've ever yelled, and I'm like, it gets to a point where I'm like making the choking noises, and she's like, and she didn't realize what was happening, so she like stopped the car and looked back, and I'm like,
like turning blue, and she was like, "Oh fuck!" and she's like panicking, and she has the child lock shit on, and she's like panicking. I'm like, meanwhile, like literally losing my breath, and she had to like turn it off, put it back down. I'm like, my mom has never said sorry to me in my life except for that. That was the only time she said sorry. She said it like 5 times. She's like, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I should have looked. I'm like, I literally milked that situation so hard. Like, I've got...
Dude, what's the worst injury that somebody's done to you that you've been able to, like, milk for the rest of your life? Like, what's the... Like, somebody's, like, gotten you in a situation where you're fucked, and then it's just, like... And you get injured doing it, and then you can be like, no, remember that time you fucking did this? Like, has that ever happened to you?
Yeah, what happened? Our car was parked. We were like at some ranch or whatever, a pumpkin patch, and so it was like in the side of a ditch basically. So the car was like so off balance, and I was like getting out of the car, and they let go of the door, and so I like jumped, and my hand got stuck, and it just went. And my mom's doors are so heavy, and it literally banged on my fingers so fucking hard. I literally cried. I was like in 10 or something like that. I cried for hours straight. Like, I couldn't stop because it hurt so bad. Like, entire purple. And my fingernails fell off. My fingernails fucking fell off. I'm not fucking with you. And we had to go in the hotel because it was like we were staying the night. And I literally hand in ice bucket overnight. Like, it was, and then I woke up, fingernails gone. Like, my fingers were still purple. Like, I couldn't move them for so long. Like, it was the most painful thing I've ever been through. Well, besides other shit, but was pretty painful.
Dude, my mom and I, when I was like super young, we used to play this game where she'd like hold onto my shirt, and then I'd try to run as hard as, and then she'd let go, and I'd go like forward, and like fucking Gavin going over speed bump, and fucking she was holding onto the back of my shirt, and then she lets go, I go fly, I step on a Tonka truck, I go, and then fall forward like this on a fucking corner of a fireplace, and I'm like, I get up, it's like blood all over the place. She's like, "Oh, you're fine." I'm like, "Whoa!" Like, there's blood pouring out. She's like, "I have to go to the freaking hospital." Like, the guy's coming in, and like hospitals, like with kids, you think they'd be like, "Oh, hi." No, the guy comes in because it happened at like midnight. So this motherfucker's like fucking his wife, and then gets the pager to come over to the hospital, and so he like comes in, he's like, "Fuck." Like anti-fucking, and I'm like, he didn't even numb me, and then he's like fucking stitching me up, and I'm like, "Ah!" Like, dude, it was so bad, dude.
See, I'm not prone, but my brother has broken so much, and then like there was one time, well, they called child services on my parents, like at least a good 2 or 3 times, because he first broke his arm when he was like 7, and then he broke it again. And then he's broken, like, almost all of his fingers. He just broke his femur a bit ago. He broke his collarbone recently from, like, a motocross accident. Like, he breaks everything. So it's like, I don't have, like, he's so accident prone. There was one time where he fell out of the shower. Like, my parents had that sliding glass shower where it wasn't, like, a bathtub. It just, like, you, like, walk into it. He, like, tripped over it and fell into it. Glass shattered, like, everywhere. He was, like, 4. And he's got, like, the biggest black eye and busted up lip. And he goes, the next day's Christmas. So we go the next day, and, like, my parents plop him on Santa's lap. Santa was like, what the fuck was this?
Have you...
Black and blue everywhere.
Dude, those are the fucking... it's like... I'm not accident prone, but I get injured doing this. Like, the stuff that I should get injured doing, completely fine. Stuff that I should never get injured doing, like, I was playing fucking golf, and my friend's getting ready, and I'm, like, standing back, just, like, having a beer on the golf course, and my friend goes... And... like, right in my face. And I just got back up, and I was like, oh, it's all good. Like, it didn't even hurt. But I'll do something dumb, like skid down the stairs and, like, throw my knee out of my position. I'm like, I just don't understand, like, why this stuff... Like, I pulled my groin muscle doing the dumbest shit. 3-month injury. It still hurts me to this day. Dumbest shit. But then I'll get hit in the face with a golf club. Completely fine. Like, it makes no sense how my injuries work. I hate it.
When I was a kid in Hawaii, we were like renting. It's like not an Airbnb, but it was like a condo. Mm-hmm. And I literally, like, dumbest kid. They had just cleaned the, like, sliding glass doors that go out to the balcony. And I'm like, I'm going to go get something. So I slide it open, run in, and then I'm like, I grabbed it and I was looking at it, and they shut the door. And I just ran back to come outside. I broke the fucking sliding glass door, dude. And I didn't get that hurt somehow. But I literally just ran straight into the door and broke it. Like, so bad. Dude, and kids.
Stickers on like the glass doors, like at my parents' house and then my both like grandparents' houses, because like I would just run through the doors.
Really?
Like again, they thought I was autistic. Like, if you saw the stickers, you know that like you have to open the door and then go out.
I've never run into a door, but like oh my god, so we fucking had this wedding. So I was at this wedding and it was like one of my cousins was marrying like a black chick. So it's like half the people there, this is pertinent in the story, I'm not racist as fuck. It's pertinent. So half the people there were like black, dude. Like it wasn't even just like, hey, how you doing? It's like, oh, you know, we had to fucking like southern black. And then the other half of the people were like me. Like you couldn't be any whiter if you like paid me. So there's a snake at the wedding, right? Like somebody's like, we were just getting food and someone goes, snake! And everybody fucking, and like someone got bitten. And so then of course you have to catch the snake. So it's like the 90%. This black chick and this dude, they go running toward the house and they're like, shit. Everybody's watching because everyone's running the same direction. Goes, boonk, into the glass door and fucking goes, and just literally for 2 seconds goes, and then just opens it and act like nothing happened. I was like, how are you going to ignore that, dude? You just ran straight into the fucking door. But then we went and bought like a fake rubber snake and we throw it at the black people because they'd freak the fuck out. They'd be like, oh shit, man, get that shit.
We watched this thing in my class today. It was about like antenna towers or something, and like the really, 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 really tall ones are like over 1,000 feet in the air. And the people that have to go to like fix the light bulb when it like burns out, they don't have wire, like they aren't attached to wires or anything. They just like climb up it, like
yeah.
And yeah.
Who?
People that fix them.
The people that like the people who are hired. I don't know if they're linemen, but
wait, to fix what?
Like the like really, 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 really tall towers. They're like over 1,000 feet up.
Oh, the cell tower. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're like really tall. Like they don't they just climb it.
Yeah.
And there's 2 black people sitting next to me in my it's like a classroom, and there's one sitting here and then one sitting next to the other one. They had like a GoPro video, and this guy starts shaking. I don't know what it is. Black people, like one of my dad's friends is black, and like he has a thing with water. Like black people won't go by water. Like I don't know if it's like just like a black people
it's
thing.
Literally they can't swim
around each other, and this guy's like, no. he like
dude, they're the most scared people of everything.
Oh, dude.
He's about to have an anxiety attack.
Dude, I had a friend. We were in class, and they were talking about drawing blood. Like, there was a scene in class, and they're like, and you take the blood test, they draw the blood out. And my friend, it's like, here's what most people in the class heard. And then what happened is my friend gets up, because they're like showing the blood being drawn. My friend stands up and goes, like, over onto the fucking desk, knocks the fucking table over, just fainted because of the fucking goddamn blood. And everyone's like, dude, what the fuck? And he's like, dude, it was the funniest shit.
Dude, have you ever fallen over in class?
There was one time this it was the biggest fucking cockroach. It was like
cockroach.
I think it was in like 5th grade Spanish class. And the Spanish teacher already didn't like me because like I didn't understand Spanish. So like, and it like came like with all of its like 1,400 lights, like like falling on my desk, and like out of the corner of my eye I saw this cockroach like coming towards me. Threw up my desk.
that, dude. Have you ever been sleeping? Like, you'll be like in that zone where you're about to fall asleep, and then you think you feel like a bug in your bed, and you're like, and like, dude, I have the weirdest dreams. Back to my shitty sleep, where I guess they're night terrors or whatever, where you like start flipping out in the middle of the night. Like, I'll wake up in the middle of the night. I think I'm in like a James Bond movie and there's someone trying to kill me. Like, I was in California, in San Diego. Like, I'm in this room with my friend and we're both sleeping, and I just like kind of woke up in the middle of the night and I see like the ironing board, and I was like, in my head it was fucking murderer. So I jump out of bed. I'm like, ah! Like, jump out of bed, roll over my bed onto his bed, like fucking flip backwards, and then I stand up, and my friend's like doesn't even know what's going on, and then like you realize after like a couple seconds that like nothing's wrong, and you're like, because in your head you thought you were about to die, so then you just go back in bed and you're like, hey, fucking, like, how am I gonna sleep? Like, I literally just had the biggest adrenaline, like you go from like literally to fucking like goddamn in like half a second.
I've woken up before, like, because my arm like tickled, and I have like hairy ass arms, so like, of course, like, if your hair just randomly moves for no reason, it just like, you feel it, and it's nothing there, it's just your hair doing shit. And I woke up in the middle of the night, and I like, because it woke me up, and I was like, what the fuck? And I like looked down, and there's straight a spider, and not like a daddy long legs, like one of those fucking brown recluses or whatever, like just straight crawling on me. And I literally, I was laying flat and just went to standing. Like, there was no in between. Just went boom so fast. And I fucking got my bed and went and I was so freaked out. Like, you go like this and like try to get everything off you. I was
you were doing the dance to Joel Patrick's new fucking song. Getting in the spider.
Yeah, dude. I gave myself a shower because I wiped all the fucking dirt off me. I was like, because nothing freaks me out, and I was like shaking, and I'm like, my entire bed, and I just bundled it all up, like put it outside in the hallway, and slept on my mattress.
Oh,
I was
dude,
so freaked out.
I was sleeping. I was like laying in bed, most comfortable, and this is a dead ass. I did an Instagram story about it when it happened. It was last summer. I'm laying in bed. I'm like this. I'm just so comfortable in bed, and I see fucking spider along my shit. I was like, I screamed and then moved. Like, I go, ah! And then jump up. Like, it happened so out of nowhere that I couldn't even react at once. Like, imagine just laying there in the most comfortable position you've ever been. It's like, I got out of my bed. I was like, what do I do? Because it was fat. Like, this thing was I was like, what a goddamn Jurassic Park motherfucking head ass oxygen bugs. Like, this thing was huge. And so like I didn't know what to do, so I just slept in the guest room. Like, I'm not gonna sleep in my room. The thing was like this big. I don't even know if it was a spider. I had no idea what it was. And I was just like, I can't go back to bed. Like, I cannot sleep in my room knowing that thing, because it was off my bed, because I took everything off my bed and I couldn't find it. So it was probably like waiting on the thing for when I fall asleep to come out and be like, so I'm not even.
Oh my god, you want to know something even worse? We were staying at a hotel in Oklahoma, because I used to show horses, so we were there for like 2 weeks. And I had gotten sick, because it's like October, so it gets cold and shit and whatever. And my mom got back at like 12, in the morning to and she was like, she woke me up. She was like, all right, take your medicine. And like, she sat me up in bed, and I was like, not even awake, like half asleep. And she's like, go walk outside. And I was like, why? Like, I'm trying to sleep. I'm sick. Like, let me go back to sleep. She's like, no, go take your blanket and walk outside. And I was like, what? There was a rat, like a dead rat, under my back. And it like, I don't know if it like fell from the vent or if it like crawled in, and it was like
oh go. Yeah, I'm about to head out, dude. Jesus, that was you, like KP waking up dead rat. I'm about to head out.
Dude, literally,
to this day, I can't sleep on my back fully. Like, I'm so scarred for life.
Dude, rats can eat my fucking ass, dude. Those things. I was literally like with my dog. It's Nikos, and we're like going. I have the most like. If you imagine me in dog form, like I literally like Scooby-Doo dog, and it's like the dumbest fucking idiot dog you've ever met. Like it's so stupid, and I was taking him for a walk, and I opened the door to the garage, and it's like. Rat sitting on the ground looking at us, open the door, goes ee! And runs. The dog and I jumped like 13 feet in the air at the same. We were both like fucking so high in the air, dude. And it was because both of us were like, what the fuck? Because you don't expect to open a door and goddamn rat. Like rats are one of those things you think happen to everybody else but you. And then you see a rat and you're like, hey, it's either gonna bite me because that thing fucking 2 teeth and like doesn't give a shit. Or it's like just sitting there repopulating, and then there's gonna be 40. Like it's just there's no. Yeah.
Grosser though, like the lizards. If you like, I don't know why I thought I was like. I used to be a really big tomboy when I was a kid, and I would like purposefully cut off their tails from their body because they would go back. And like thinking back now, that's so weird that they could just be able to do that. Like, not that I partook in it, and like them like reforming their bodies, but the fact that they can just like have a tail and then like grow a head, like what?
Dude, they're crazy. They can like grow shit back. It's insane. I used to do the same thing. I used to freaking like. Well, then no, I'm not even gonna say it because you guys are gonna call me like a school shooter. I'm just not even gonna do it. But I used to do some weird shit when I was a kid, like because you're just a boy and you're a kid, and like when I had the most creative mind in the world. So when I wasn't trying to build like Dexter's laboratory in my basement, I would fucking just like go outside and like get random bugs and just like kill them. Like it was just the most because I was like because like I loved the like look of the squashed bug. Like it was just the weirdest thing.
Dude, to top your guys' rat story, so Los Angeles, worst place, right, for rodents, because all city, and then they're like desperate looking through trash and shit. We have a cat door, which my cat is so fat it can't fit through, and so it's just there, and like he doesn't use it, and I left the pantry door open, and we used to keep his food on the ground in there, and I went downstairs and I heard noises, and I thought it was my cat, so I'm like, okay. And my cat kind of looks like a raccoon. And I just turn on the light. 3 raccoons. 3 fucking raccoons. And so big, it was standing up on the fucking, like, second shelf. Like, its legs on the ground and its arms on the second shelf. Like, and it just goes, and, like, turns and looks at me. And they all just look at me. And I literally ran up the stairs so fucking fast. And my mom... It was so scary. We both were, like, hiding behind the wall, like, peeking to make sure they leave and shit. We're trying to, like, make a noise. She, like, got the broom. Like, a broom is gonna do anything. They're vicious, dude. They'll attack you. Like,
oh,
and
with
then
their thumbs?
time,
they have hands. Those motherfuckers are like...
They're scary, dude, yeah.
Yeah, dude. They're like, they'll look at you and go like this. Like, it's not even a fucking joke. Yeah. Like, they have fucking hands, dude.
Exactly, dude. They'll fucking straight go start doing some show
anything
with their fucking hands.
Fucking Naruto goddamn fucking shit with his hands. Dude, my mom called me down like a couple weeks ago. She's like, ah! So I'm like, God damn it. So I come out, I'm like, what? Because you never go downstairs, you have to yell what. And then she's like, oh, like, get down here. So I go downstairs, a June bug had gotten inside, and nobody knew where it was. Like, she lost track of it. I was like, idiot. Like, how do you lose track of the June bug? She's like,
what is that?
Huh?
What's that?
Let me get a picture of a June. Here, I'll text you a picture.
Big ass beetle.
They're like, I just gotta send you a picture, like, cause it's, unless you see it, they're freaking disgusting. Yeah, it's, so here, let me send you a picture of it. So it like flies, and it's big. Oh, wait, here, there you are, Kellen. Here you go. Yeah, okay, I just sent you a picture. So it's like this big ass bug. So I'm like going 7,000. I know. So I'm like so far away from the curtains, like trying to get it, see where it is. And then I'm like, she's like, okay, I guess we can't find it or whatever. And so we're walking upstairs, and like we're walking, look down, there it is. And we're like, like jump. Fucking our little Boston Terrier comes over and is like, and like eats it. He's like, and we were like, well, I mean, he's probably gonna like have mad diarrhea from this shit, but it's like I don't want to like grab it out of his mouth, so we just let him gnaw it down. He's like,
it's so gross.
and then he finally gets it down, and we're like, I mean, whatever, like we'll see what happens. Threw up. I was like, we should have just fucking gotten the June bug, because then it's like all, and then he, for some reason, his two favorite places to throw up, my room or right outside my room. So I'll fucking literally, or piss. So I'll come out. You want to talk about coming out and stepping on shit? I will literally come out and step on shit. Like, I'll literally come out of my room and be like, and I'm like, I just pull my foot like this far from my face. Like, I'm like, because there's like, oh, dude, it's the most disgusting. And you know, he's just sitting there like right there, and then just walks off like no one even gives a fuck, and then I come out. So now I open my door and I'm like, and then get out of my room, because it's like, it's so annoying.
Dude, that's why dogs are annoying. The only thing my cat does, he'll pee in the sink. Like,
besides wake me up at 7 a.m. Dude, I'm on like a fucking, I go over to Gavin's house. I'm like, oh, I'll just sleep in the living room, like it's fine. He's like an only child and his mom, so I'm like, it can't be that hectic in the morning. I have never slept in a more hectic house, including my own. Like, I'm literally, so first it's like 7:30 in the morning, and fucking I'm like sleeping on the bed, and it's like this, because it's an air mattress, so it's like moving. I'm like, what the fuck? So I get up. His cat is like, like stare, because he goes, I was like, what about the cat? He's like, oh, it's super quiet in the morning. It literally comes up like, this is my ear. It goes, I was like, Jesus Christ, so loud. And then I go back to bed. Not even an hour later, I wake up to his dad's ball sack. Like, his dad is in the middle of stepping over me, and I'm like, wake up, and his dad's like, hey, and then just keeps walking into the kitchen. I was like, oh my God. So I just pick up the air mattress, and like, I don't even, I had to put it in the garage. So I'm like moving it into the garage, like putting it against the wall, like taking the sheets off. I put the sheets, I just go into Gavin's room, like throw the shit down and just go like this on his couch. And I was just so fucking like salty, because like 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning, balls. I was like, God, dude, now I understand feminists with man spreading, dude.
Oh my God.
My views are getting destroyed by Nick Fuente. Is he serious? Why? I didn't even do shit, dude. I never asked for any of this. Remember that time I got... Huh?
Someone's got to just be trolling and saying you're saying shit that you're not actually saying.
Look at this right now.
Skits says, thanks for the $2 super chat. Well, that was... Spoke with you about editing videos from Boston. Been busy. And we'll email you shortly, Nick. Happy to help in any way I can. Great to meet you. Yeah, nice to meet you too. Just hit me up whenever. Death to Fiat says...
Where is it?
She's 54. Yikes.
Where is Art?
Yeah.
Where is it?
See. Oh no, she's Italian.
So okay.
I don't know.
How about not having a fucking 17-hour stream?
But yeah, pizza was good. Nice meeting you as well, though.
How long does he stream?
Man, awesome, folks.
I don't know, but the last 20 minutes of his stream, he's just... I hate when people do this when they're live, and they'll just read the chat. Hey, Rob, if you can like go screen record it or whatever, and like, or tell me the timestamp so I can go see it, so I'm not sitting there. But like his last 20 minutes of his stream, he's just like, "It was nice to meet you, Jacob. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, I know how it is with the Jews. I hate them too. Yeah, no, that's awesome. Great stuff. Great stuff. You know, now we got the Cookie Monster baking cookies, and just like the entirety of the end of his stream, dude. So I can't even figure out.
Would have missed it even if my car broke down 20 minutes away, which it did. Nickers, appreciate all you do, brother. Hey, well, thanks, man.
I can't even.
Nice meeting you as well. I'm glad everybody had a good time. Anon says, I will not live in a pod. I will not eat bugs. Yeah. Debate. Oh, are they doing one? I didn't know they were doing one, but yeah, we could maybe do that. Hundungus says, Nick, please don't slander Southerners. Anon says, any foreign Nickers show up? I don't think anybody from another
foreign
country.
Nickers showed up.
But there's just a lot of people from across the country. But I don't know if there's anybody in that. I'm Sammy says, "Hey Nick, great debate for Mark James." I'm May. She's a little bit.
She didn't even say
She's
anything.
looking kind of busted. How old? Or is she Italian? She's made. Ethics for Men by Nick Fuentes.
Let's just end the stream because like I am so hungry and I'm literally shaking from hunger right now. So I need to get some food. I burn more calories doing this stream than anything else. Because laughing, dude. I haven't laughed this hard in years since the last stream. Wait, what did he said? Oh wait, I was looking at his stream. I thought it was ours. I was like, oh shit, dude, it's Pop On. And then it was like his stream. Wait. I was watching. Wait. Your views are getting destroyed. Nah, his super chats. I think they take forever for him to get through. How shit tier would it be if this turned into beef? I don't want to beef with Nick. I'm not going to beef with him. I refuse. I'm not going to beef with somebody that I agree with. Like that'd be the most pointless fucking beef to ever have. God damn. Okay. All right. Well, I gotta hop off, but thank you guys so much for tuning in. Talk